Welcome, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 195. We're back. John's back. Review Guy's back. Welcome, guys. I'm one of your co-hosts, Andrew. I make the show Midori. We got Kristen, the mistress, the sexy giraffe, joining us for the first minute here. Just for the first minute.
It was her all along.
It was her all along.
You guys didn't even suspect.
Guess what?
What?
Andrew, bring it back.
Bring what back?
The screen.
They can still see you.
I know, but I can't see myself. Fix my hair. Guys, I'm back for a minute. And I got different hair. I got my hair chopped off.
All right, come sit over here.
And it's highlighted.
The mic's over here.
Don't tell me what to do.
We also have the classy douchebag, Mike McLaughlin, joining us tonight.
And these are my pajamas that I put on real quick.
And of course, we have Kelly Jellyfish on the Discord.
Thank you, Kelly.
Kristen,
she says,
you look
"Oh my
so
God, it looks beautiful."
She said
She
you look
says she doesn't
beautiful.
know how to feel about your hair, but
Thank
she
you.
wants to say hi anyway.
That
did
is
not
not
say
what
that.
I said.
She said that's exactly what I said.
I
What?
love
She
that
said she
Kristen
didn't know
knows.
how
I
she felt
did
about my hair?
not say that.
She did not say
I
that.
think it looks really
Thank
good
you,
with the
Richard.
highlights
Thank
all the
you,
way up to
Kelly.
the top.
It first started off. Can I just tell my quick story?
Yeah, tell your story.
That I went to Supercuts, which I don't know if they have Supercuts all over the country, but it's like a low-scale hair cuttery. It's cheap. So I went there, and the girl butchered my hair. She butchered it. It was like an inch uneven, according to the second person I went to. Paid a ton of money at a salon to have it fixed, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to become a certain age next month. It's a milestone. Let's do this. So I got highlights. And now, Andrew said I look like a mom.
Beautiful mom.
I mean,
I-
she looked
a
like a
rockin'
mom
mom.
a year and a half
Yeah,
ago.
bitchin'.
Yeah.
I like it.
Bitchin'.
So this is my hair, and actually it looks decent in this camera.
And it looks awesome. I really
It
like
looks
your hair like
amazing.
that.
Thank
Decent
you.
is not the right word.
Look who just said hi!
Grandma Review here to say hi to you.
Oh my god! Isn't that amazing? What?
Nothing.
That's amazing.
I'm happy for you. Jameis says MILF. No offense intended.
Oh my god, a dirty
I like it.
habanero.
We're bringing
Thank
we're bringing
you.
MILF back. It's now a term of endearment.
No, you don't know what that. Andrew and I were just having a conversation about all these harassment cases in Hollywood. So you gotta be careful. You can't throw around.
I know you do have to be careful. Yeah.
You can't say the word MILF in like a professional setting because you will be reported.
Yeah, and obviously this is the most professional setting ever. Right
This
now.
is the most professional setting.
Yeah. Watch yourselves, guys.
No, just
I'm
be
not
nice.
saying anything.
Just be nice. You know, you just have to be nice and don't be dumb. Think with your brain. Like that's all I have to
Yeah,
say.
guys, think with your brain. To Diclonius games, I would just recommend refreshing.
Yeah.
If it's super laggy on your end. It seems like other people aren't having that problem. Sometimes if you mean the audio especially, that is an HTML5 problem, it seems. And often a refresh will fix that for you. So give that a shot.
Yeah.
Mr. Buzz, Mr. Porn Stash.
Mr. Porn Stash, it's
What
me.
did you think of his lip sync challenge?
You know what? Every time I see him do something like that, I'm just like, why don't you have this energy around me? I'm like, why do you never do this stuff?
But
when
you know
I'm
what?
around?
I'm the same way. Like I mean, I had Danny until an hour and a half ago, and like even today, like yesterday we were doing stuff, and earlier today we were doing stuff here and there. But like half the time, I'm just like, you want to go over here and just like hang? Like I'm just like, why don't we calm down a little bit? You know, like for some reason. But then like other times you have the energy. Like we'll go to the park and run around and do stuff like that. But like it's not all the time. But like when
Yeah.
you're doing stuff for the show or stuff like that, like something just kicks into you. It's kind of like a fight or flight type
I mean,
thing.
she could tell you,
You're
I
like,
was just
have to do it.
upstairs laying down.
He
I
was
actually
a-
don't feel very good right
No,
now.
I was having a conversation with him, and his eyes looked all glassy, and I was like, "Are you tired?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "I just don't feel good." And I was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" And he's like, "Because then you're gonna say, well, why do you have so much energy on the Level Up show and not around me?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're right.
Because when I'm on the show, I turn it on.
You have to put on a performance.
Right.
Why can't you perform around me? Because I'm your wife."
Because
How often do you not? How often are you not able to perform around Kristen?
pretty much every night.
Have you gone to a doctor about this?
This
Not,
isn't-
not that kind of
This
performance,
seems like a
Mike.
trap.
This is
Not that kind of performance,
This is
Mike.
inappropriate conduct.
He took it in the wrong
You
direction.
guys' grandmother
Just
is
saying.
watching. And
Yes!
I want her to get the
Right.
wrong impression
Yeah.
because that's not this kind of show.
Grandma Review
And
is
we're
here to
really
judge
nice.
us.
We're really fun and nice here.
Yeah, totally. Kelly, what did you think of my lip sync challenge? Am I like forever tainted in your eyes?
You did
It
another
was-
song another year with the bear. That was Mike, I really like the part where you put the fox head on.
Danny just died. Danny
That
had
was
no idea,
so
so we showed
funny.
her last night. She died. She was laughing hysterically. I thought you killed it. I thought yours was the best.
Thank you.
Oh my
She
God,
thought mine was the
Andrew.
best. I think it's only because of the fox head.
Let's let Kelly talk, because
But, yeah, absolutely.
Kristen interrupted her not knowing that you were interrupting
Oh,
her.
I'm so,
Oh,
oh my
no,
God,
that's
Kelly,
okay.
Kelly, I'm so sorry.
Don't
She doesn't have
apologize,
headset on,
Kristen,
so.
even though you can't hear me. There are no words for your lip sync performance. I went
Plus,
back
there's
and
no
I
words.
watched it like
For
3
what?
times.
For his performance.
And then I think Mike's reaction, and then Joey getting in and mimicking that reaction, and then me getting in and mimicking that reaction, and all of us just sitting there like staring at the TV with our hands over our mouths. That's how you describe that performance. That's the only way it can be described.
I
Just
never knew what to
stunned
expect out of it.
silence.
That's why my...
I mean, I didn't either, and I honestly didn't know what I looked like, because I didn't decide I was going to do that until that day for the mustache. I was just in Target, and I was like, all right, I'll get a mustache for this. I feel like this is like it's like a 70s
the
song.
mustache,
it feels,
the hair,
it feels
and the
right.
glasses.
Well, then you grabbed
All together
Mike, I think
sold
Mike's
it.
glasses.
Yes,
Yeah.
like I wasn't planning on wearing glasses. I
Last
saw Mike's
minute, you were just
aviators.
Your hair was
I'm
buzzed,
gonna take
too.
these.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it all came together into this like perfect storm, and
Full
it was just
circle.
I did not know I didn't know what you were doing going into it, but the song choice was just perfect for the look you had. Like you had this like 80s porn star look already with you, going on or as it was. So for
Thank
you
you.
to have
Thank
that
you.
look going on as well, like it was just you just channeled this.
Well, for
Ron
that
Jeremy
reason, it
energy.
seems like people really enjoyed what we are now calling Porn Stash Andrew. So I have decided that he will be incorporated into the wheel moving
Oh, do I have to
forward.
get you aviators?
Another version of Andrew. We now got Pterodactyl Andrew, we got Old Man Andrew, and now we got Porn Stash Andrew. So I've got 6 different versions of mustaches over there. So if
Do
we
you
hit
have
Porn Stash
aviators?
Andrew, do I have aviators? I do have them upstairs.
Okay,
I
you
could.
need to
I
bring those for that.
I
yeah.
I will go upstairs and I'll grab the aviators.
Right,
If we get Porn Stash
Andrew
Andrew.
looked like what Dr. Disrespect. Like that's exactly what I thought of. Like after that, like
All right.
it was just right there in my head.
Kristen.
Am I interrupting?
No, you're not interrupting. You're good.
Everyone says they really like my new hair.
It's because it's
They're
awesome.
Absolutely correct.
I know, it's just funny because no one in like real life even said anything to me at work.
That's because your work sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah. I look kind of blonde.
Yeah, this lighting makes me look really red.
I don't think it's really this
Yeah.
blonde. It's really
Yeah.
not this blonde. I don't think.
Anyway, welcome so much to everybody in the room. We actually got a resub already from Alex
Yeah, thank
Bustos.
you, Alex.
Really appreciate that. Might get Porn Stash Andrew out of that. But there's a lot of things that are new tonight, actually.
There's a lot of things going on. Did everything?
We're going to go
come
into
back
like a
to
whole
it?
big spiel right now. So I don't, if you're
Unboxing.
planning on heading out, Kristen, I don't want to like start this before you.
What's your spiel?
We're
talking about our new
adding new
system
features.
and the whole XP
you
system
tell
that
her
I
yet?
told you about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have to take a shower.
Okay.
Do that.
Now is the time.
I know.
I'm gonna get going. So if you
Okay.
just want to sneak away, that's fine with me.
Grab my review.
I don't think he's kicking you out, but I think he's just saying we are not going to be able to pause.
Grandma Review's my favorite. Sorry, guys. Grandma Review's my favorite. She is.
Kristen's got a thing for grandmas.
Why did you have to go and ruin that?
Not
Why would you
performing.
have to go and ruin
Thing for
that moment?
grandmas.
Stop.
I mean, in the most positive
Show
way.
is very interesting.
Stop. Oh my god, you people need to censor yourself better.
All right. Well, guys, we have a lot of exciting stuff. The bad news, but almost entirely good news, is that we're moving away from GatherBot.
Mm-hmm.
We thought we liked the idea.
I was so on board with
Yeah.
that. As soon as I saw it, we would do the seminars, the web seminars.
Yep, we did
and they were so
walkthroughs
nice
and everything.
too.
Very nice.
I,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate them. And I felt, it was one of those things where I felt guilty. Like I know all we had to do was just turn everything off. And they said that we could do that if we decided to change our minds. And that's kind of like, I felt like that was the only way I could do it because it's like one of those breakups where like there's nothing wrong with the person, but you just know it's not going to work out. So like, bye.
Yeah.
And he had to like kind of go, what the hell is going on? We had to like kind of ghost away.
It wasn't what we thought it was going to be.
Right.
And it, like, not long after we moved on to GatherBot, Streamlabs came in and pretty much started incorporating all of the things
Right.
that they were doing, and in my opinion, in a more professional and streamlined way. And I can tell already that they're going to progress past GatherBot very quickly. Oh my
Actually,
god.
they already pretty much have. I know she wouldn't do that because she knows that it would end her and Danielle's friendship. I think she already knows this already.
That scared the hell out of me. So that is the reason we're moving away from GatherBot. We really like those guys. They put a lot of work in.
Yeah.
But they are a small team, and Streamlabs is a little bit more of a force to be reckoned with right now, and they're moving quickly, and they're at a strong pace. And that's why we're moving to Streamlabs extension through Twitch. So if you guys are watching from the web browser, you're going to see in the bottom right-hand corner down there, there's the Level Up Network icon. What's really cool is that you just click that icon, a whole menu pops up with all these different things that you guys can do. So what we did is we took the experience points that you guys had and had accumulated over the course of the last several years through Deepbot. We never turned off Deepbot. So you guys were still accumulating points. We took those point values and we did a conversion rate and we applied it to all you guys. So you can see already that you have a certain amount of XP and the leaderboard is active. Kristen's over here like doing the frog dance or something. You know, I'm going to show you off if you don't stop right now. You better get all right. What's the one? I got to find the free cam. Hold on, free cam. Where are you, free cam?
Up there. Right. Stop. Up. Nope. You already passed it. Up.
Up?
Right, no, sorry, you went down. Under full game.
There it is.
Next one down.
Free cam. This is what Kristen looks like right now.
Oh my god, the music is amazing. Oh god, somebody started the freaking song requests.
Okay, I'll shut it off.
Oh my god! Oh my god, my legs are so weak from doing that for so long.
Johnny requested the Duck Song by Holly Banks.
Duck song?
Again?
Duck song?
All right, no, we gotta get on track here. Like seriously, no more. We gotta get on track.
Anyway, Streamlabs.
So as I was saying, it's really cool that if you click on this icon in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see the experience points that you have. We applied all those. There's a leaderboard already in place. You can check on our Twitch profile. You can see who's in number 1. It is currently Johnny Poolside, who for some reason just requested the Duck Song. I think we should remove all of his XP for that reason.
Yeah.
So
he's
back down to 0.
Earlier that is now suspended from song requests? Who was it?
I didn't see his name, but somebody did a 10-hour request.
I can't remember who it
right?
was. He did 10 hours of the unicorn song or something like that, and I was like, God damn it.
Yes. So that's what's really cool. You guys already have your XP in place. What's even cooler, though, is there's legitimate ways to use your XP. Like, ways that we feel like is going to benefit you guys and that you're going to appreciate. Actually, let's go through the list right now. And you guys can click on the extension in the bottom right and follow along with us as we do this. But I'm going to bring it up on my end so that I can say all the different rewards. Redemptions is what they call them on Streamlabs. So here are the rewards / redemptions that you guys can get. This month, Twitch is releasing the 1-month subscription gift. And what's really cool about that is it allows us or other viewers, actually, not just us, but other viewers to gift a subscription, a 1-month subscription, $5 subscription. And we will do that if you use 8,000 XP. These are subject to change. We're still trying to figure out how quickly you guys are going to earn XP, but just keep these in mind that this is temporary. YouTube subscription, we will sub to your YouTube channel for 500 XP. We will give you a permanent custom welcome message. For 8,000 XP. This is where it gets kind of crazy, and this is where things are definitely subject to change because this is a risk on our end. But we want to actually provide physical items to you guys, and that's why we're going to give t-shirts away for 25,000 XP. We're going to give hoodies away for 40,000 XP, and our level up mug will do for 20,000 XP.
I want you guys to understand that Andrew loves you a lot more than I do because I did not have it at that low in my head.
Yes, as I said, subject to change. We could go bankrupt if you guys suddenly just start skyrocketing at XP. Personal audio hook for 1 month, 1,000 XP. Permanent personal audio hook is 8,000 XP. And if you want a custom welcome message for just 1 month, you can use 1,000 XP to get that. Twitter follows will give you for 300. We'll give you a Twitch shout out live on stream and also following the stream on social media if you redeem 500 XP. We will add you on Instagram for 500. We will do a truth or dare. And this is kind of like bounties in a way. So this is really open-ended. You guys could dare us to play a certain game. You could dare me to play Evil Within on the hardest difficulty mode. You could dare us to do a certain lip sync challenge. Or you can ask us a very personal question for truth. It's up to you really. And that is 1,000 XP. Here's where it gets kind of crazy. A mod for a day, one singular day. So you would have to use it at the right time to make sure it even mattered. But that would be 10,000 XP. Ask a question. This one is really, really important and something that we're going to be using in a big way, hopefully tonight. We have our On the Spot segment very late in the show. That is dedicated to a Discord submitted question. But a lot of you guys ask questions during the show that we don't see because it's tough, in all honesty, for us to keep an eye on the chat and also keep the conversation going and doing the videos and all this crazy stuff. It's hard for us to see all the questions and fit them in without ruining the pacing of the show. So right before On the Spot, as a part of the On the Spot segment, we're going to do a rapid fire ask a question part. So you guys, for 50 XP, which all of you really should have, you can ask us a question at any point in the show. And what's really cool about it is that it logs it for us to see in this screen, and then we're going to be able to just go through them really quickly. We're going to have them ready to go. And I would actually like somebody to test this out right now. Don't worry, we will refund you your XP. But somebody, please, use the ask a question redemption. It'll actually make a little sound as well for us to hear and let us know, oh, we've got a question logged waiting for us later on in the show. So someone please give a shot to ask a question. And finally, there's two more. The one is Twitch follow. We'll follow you on Twitch for 300. And the biggest one, the most coveted, everybody wants it but will not get it, is Mod Forever.
I don't like this.
I'll just tell you guys, it's not going to happen. We made it this high for a reason, because that's a tease. It's kind of a joke more than anything else. It's 500,000 XP. It would legitimately take years for you guys to get that high. And that would be without you redeeming your XP on anything else. So there it is. We just got a question. So I'm going to look at that question real quick and see what we got here. So the question that was just asked is, what is your favorite gaming t-shirt to wear? That came from Johnny. Another question was, can we still get the wax strips? And that one came from Guitar Freak. So what we can do is we can actually accept or refund these. I'm going to refund them since
we'll answer them, but
yeah. Well, what is your favorite gaming t-shirt to wear? I do. Does it count like the Extra Life stuff?
yeah, you can do that.
I really like wearing my Extra Life shirts. I wear those very often. I also really enjoy all of my Journey shirts.
That's a good one.
Kristen got me all those shirts, and I love all of them. They're all great.
I really like. I used to have one, and I just don't know what happened to it. But I used to have an Assassin's Creed one, and it's not like because it's Assassin's Creed. I just liked it. It was a comfortable shirt, and I thought it looked pretty decent. But my other PlayStation shirt, I like a lot.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. I wish I had a PlayStation shirt.
They go on. You know what? Next time it goes on sale, I'm just gonna grab you one. Because they go on sale, they'll do like the 20% off, and sometimes like with the sale and the clearance, like there's no reason not to, just to have it. With you especially.
So it looks like some of you are already using the betting feature within Streamlabs. It's called Scratchers. And I'll just warn you guys, you can lose your XP really, really quickly on Scratchers. The success rate is pretty low because there's a total of 40 boxes and you're choosing 6 boxes to try and get a match on. So you have a 1 out of like less than 5, like 1 out of 6 point something, 1 out of almost 7, a 1 out of 7 shot of getting your XP back. So keep that in mind. Scratchers is a risk, and you could lose your XP.
And as you go
quickly.
up, it gets much more risky.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, if you are betting a lot, then you have a chance of just going down to 0 almost, cutting your XP in half pretty quickly. So keep that in mind. Scratchers is something where you might get lucky and do it one time and almost double your XP. But then if you keep at it and tempt the gods, you might just lose it all really quickly. So keep that in mind. Scratchers is definitely a risk. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that.
I just did it. I did the 120 and I won. I was like, I won, and I got the double XP. I was like, let me do it again, and then I lost. I was like, this is gonna be dangerous.
Not worth it.
Yeah, it's addictive though. It is addictive. So try to keep yourselves in check. Okay, so let's get into the other kind of exciting thing about this new XP system. Mike came to me 2 days ago with a kind of a cool idea, especially considering I love RPGs, and this is a classic RPG mechanic.
Yeah.
Staggering an enemy.
Sense. Yeah.
It's when you get a critical hit on an enemy and they stagger and then they're weakened.
Right.
So we're kind of looking at tips as being your attacks on us, right? And that's what activates the wheel spin. And the wheels are currently for $5 or more. That includes tips, also subs, resub, pledge on Patreon, cheers, all that. But speaking specifically of tips and cheers, it's currently $5. But we wanted to make special values that stagger us and put us into a stagger state, as it just popped up in the thing there. So it's going to be something that grows over time because our defense against it is going to increase after it happens. But the first stagger state occurs if a tip of exactly, it has to be exactly, can't be above, can't be below, it has to be exactly $33.33. If that happens, we go into a stagger state. I think
I haven't seen this yet.
I got to figure out what did I set it to? I'm trying to remember the.
It's right there.
Oh, it looks like we moved on to the next. Oh, we did. Okay, it looks like it popped up on screen. All right. So when we go into a stagger state, this is what happens. You'll see in the upper right-hand corner, we got the staggered there. I'm trying to remember what I set the timer to, though. Hold on one sec.
I have it to 2 minutes.
2 minutes is what the timer will be every time it happens. I'm just trying to remember what the hotkey is so that I can use hotkeys to make it happen. Let's see. This is going to be really small, but maybe I can see it. Control Alt S. Control Alt S. So when I press Control Alt S, it will start a timer. As you'll see, Control Alt, sorry, that was Control Shift. Control Alt S starts a timer in the upper right. There you go, 2 minutes. So once we're in a staggered state, you guys have 2 minutes to take advantage of this points wheel that is on the screen right now. What's cool though is that we're weakened, right? So it's no longer $5. When we're weakened, all you have to do is $1. $1 tip or $1 cheer, meaning 100 bits, and every single one of those will get a spin of this wheel. And we're going to give an example right now, and we'll actually give this XP to the chat as an example here. So
if it hits it.
If it hits it.
Yeah.
Whatever it hits. So it could be relatively low or it could be relatively high.
Because now XP has a meeting.
So that one would be plus 15 XP to the spinner. We don't have a spinner, so we're not going to do anything right now. Do you want to?
I'll just do it that
All
way.
right. Rick, he has access to our point system. Rick, please give 15 XP to everybody in the room. So that's the way it works. The thing is, like, if 10 people come in and do $1 really quickly, rapid fire within those 2 minutes, you guys are going to get 10 spins of this wheel, and you might get like 100 XP to the entire room just like that.
Not only that, there's some goofy things on here.
Yeah.
So I didn't want it to just be about giving you guys XP, because, I mean, while XP does mean a lot more now, especially with the physical items and what you can redeem it for, because that was our issue before, it didn't really have any value to it. Now it does. But on top of that, that's not enough for everybody.
Right.
So we know what you guys like, and we are going to play off of that. And since we are staggered, since you guys put a critical hit on us, we are going to put a critical hit on ourselves with things like Slap Drew, or Slap Mike.
Yes.
Or Andrew has to wear a wig, or Mike has to wear a mustache, or anything else that would be just out of nowhere random, something that we wouldn't normally do, in time. That's also not on the regular prize wheel. So I think we could add things. I mean, we can. We
will.
Grow it.
Yes, it'll grow.
We'll add some things here and there, but I think it's going to be a very entertaining thing. The reason that it's timed too is just because it's supposed to be this thing where it's supposed to be frenzied and rushed. When you hit an enemy in an RPG and it's a critical hit and they're staggered, obviously you have to go run up and get as many hits on them as you can, until they come back.
Our health is about to come back.
Right.
All right, so we are no longer in a staggered state.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 2 minutes I think should be enough for you guys.
That's more than enough in my opinion.
I mean, there's at most, for most people, like a 20-second delay, and the link is super simple. You just guys go to streamlabs.com/levelupshow, and you should be able to get a tip or cheer going. Cheers are even faster.
When we
Cheers you can
stagger
do
it,
right
there's a
within
link we
the
can just
chat.
put right in the thing for it. We should
Anybody can just
automatically
put
it in
exclamation point tip jar.
So I think, here's the thing: if you are going to do this, my thought process was, if you are going to, do it to where you stagger us with a $33.33 tip, you want to see these things happen. You want this to go on. You want multiple people to, get wheel spins. So you're going to want to put that link in the chat as well yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to want to push everybody else to do it. So
yeah, Jameis says you have to get your info and your card number. Agreed. If that's more than 2 minutes, we can modify it. We could make it 3 minutes. I think that's the most we would probably go. The one thing that is super fast is literally just a command in the chat, cheer 100. If you guys have bits, it's as simple as that. Cheer 100 with no spaces, and you're in. Like, it's that quickly. But we do understand tips could take a little longer. So if it turns out that it is a problem, 2 minutes, we will adjust. But we're going to keep it at 2 minutes for now. And we'll adjust if necessary. So as we were saying, we become stronger after each state. We become more resistant to staggering events. So that's why it goes up in value. So the first state is 33, then 44, 55, and you get the idea, and so on. So that is the idea of staggering us and potentially getting a whole bunch of XP in the event that follows. And that is the gist.
yeah, I think that covers most of it.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing polls through Streamlabs extension. We're going to be doing giveaways through Streamlabs extension. So for that reason, currently it is only on web browser. But Twitch has announced that they will be getting Streamlabs extensions working on mobile within the next month or two. So everybody will have access to the Streamlabs extension very soon and be able to take part. Even if you're watching from mobile, you'll still be able to take part in polls and giveaways from mobile devices very soon. Just not yet. So it's coming. All right. And I think that is the spiel.
Yeah.
Kelly, what do you think of it? You like the ideas?
I do. I think the staggering is going to be interesting when it happens. I'm curious to see how many people actually take advantage of the of the $1.
Yep.
Because
Savior?
What's the thing?
I'm foreseeing like crazy. Now you have to do like a billion wheel spins, and it's gonna take 30 minutes, and
So
So
that's
I'm
the thing
curious
is
to
that the right. So it's one of those things where that wheel is going to it's going to be a frenzy thing where that wheel is going to be up pretty much the entire time that we're staggered, and I mean in my head, even if we had to spin it consistently the whole time, I don't foresee you.
I'll show you what I did though. I did try to take precaution. First of all, I made the alerts much shorter. They're only 3-second alerts when in the state, and the wheel spins are only 3 seconds too. So it's like, boom,
Bam,
done, boom, done. You know, just like rapid fire. And that's why I got
doubt that it's going to be consistent enough the entire state.
And I gave Rick our administration on Streamlabs so that he can be the one to give away the XP. So hopefully we can move through that segment very quickly and keep it within the 2 to 3 minutes that is meant for a staggered event. I will refresh the wheel so that we're ready to go for later on, if it does happen. Which we understand, it might only happen once a month or once every 2 months. That's the idea. It's supposed to be a rare thing. It's an event when it happens. So if it only happens once every 3 months, hey, that's the idea. It's a rare thing that's supposed to happen every so often. So we'll have to see. We are open to tweaking things. This is just an idea, guys. An idea for giving you guys more XP so that you can potentially get these items or redemptions that we think are pretty cool, and more to come. We have ideas for more redemptions that we're going to add in there.
Also, when you tip, sorry, you did forget. So anytime you guys tip, you get XP for it. When you tip for the staggered event, the person that initiates the event gets how much XP?
No matter what, if you tip, you get XP. It's the same amount. You get 10 times the amount that you tip.
Right, okay.
So if you do a 33 tip, you're getting 330 XP right off the bat.
Right, okay.
And then on top of that, you're also going to get the wheel spins.
Right.
Yeah, the person who activates a stagger event is going to get a whole bunch of XP just by the nature of multiplying 10 times the tip value. Cheers give you 10 per 100 bits. Follows give you 10 XP. Hosts give you 10 XP. Subs give you 50 XP, guys. So those are all of the rates right now. And we have Stream Boss down there too. It's the variation on Bit Boss that is meant for Streamlabs and Streamlabs extension and all that. So that still is active. All right, guys, let's get into the crux of the show here. Mike, what have you been playing this week, man?
So I've been playing. What have I been playing? Shit, Mario. I've been playing more Mario. I've done Mario. I finished it. I beat it after the.
And your rating went up a little bit.
Yeah. So I'll tell you right now, regardless of how I feel, the way that they ended that game and what they've done for the after game is worth a whole point in and of itself.
Okay.
Because they understand. My issue with this version of Mario is that it felt like they abandoned us as the core gamer, the people that have been playing them for years.
Okay.
And in many ways they had. They made it very easy without, having lives or anything, which is fine because you don't have to start from the beginning, and the worlds are definitely more open. So people that were saying it's much more like an RPG were definitely mistaken, but it definitely is much more open to where you can play the entire level and have fun with it. I don't like how many moons that there are in the game.
There's a lot,
to an extent.
right?
There's so many to where it cheapens the effect. Like what I really loved about 64 especially, but even Galaxy and Sunshine was that when you got that star, when you got to the coin, it was this overwhelming sense of accomplishment. It was very challenging to get to it. But here it's like, oh, hey, I went and said hi to you. Here's a moon. And that's essentially like some of them. There's at least 4 of those in each level, where all you have to do is go and say hi to somebody and they give you a moon. And it's like, okay, thanks. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to feel from this. So it's almost the same thing as coins. Now, what I will respect is they gave you a reason to collect coins by adding it in there. Somewhere along the way with the 3DS games and even the Wii U ones, they forgot that no one really cares about coins in Mario. It's not like Sonic. So like the new Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS, the entire point of that game was collecting coins. And it's like, that's not why I'm playing this game. So they brought it back and that was a concerning thing for me. No, they added a reason. The stores that they added were great. But I don't want to spoil it because it is definitely, I didn't know even. I thought I knew the after game thing, what I would love, and I even said something to Dean, who had me and Dean actually beat it on the same day. It just happened to work out that way. He texted me while I was on the last area.
Yeah.
He's like, give it 5 minutes and then, you'll see. And all of a sudden something happens, you're like, holy shit, this is something that's happening and I never would have guessed this coming. So the last event that takes place in the game, as well as the post-game stuff, is definitely phenomenal. So this is easily at a 8.5 to 9 at this point for me. So definitely solidified itself back up there above some other ones. So for me, it goes, just for nostalgia's sake, Mario 64, Galaxy, Odyssey.
Okay.
But I played that. I liked it a lot. World War II, Call of Duty World War II, I have some issues with, but I still enjoy that. It's one of the first Call of Duty games that not only was I excited for before it came out in a long time, but I'm actually enjoying playing it. I have a lot of fun with it. I like the progression of it. In many ways, I have some issues with the game itself. I don't feel it's as polished as some of the other ones. Just, you know, some people argue this. I just still feel that way. It's just something I don't feel I love in that sense, but it's still my favorite Call of Duty game in recent years.
Okay.
So I love it for that. And then I bought Lego Worlds on a whim today. Danny and I were talking about it the other day because she really wanted it. She's really into Minecraft right now, so that was definitely her thing. And I decided to check the PlayStation Store sale, and it happened to be on sale for $11 instead of $30. I'm like, done. So we decided to go and do that, and I was like, hey, you want to stream that? Because she asked me about it on Friday if she could stream. I even said something to you about it. She's like, she got so excited. So she goes on. She's all shy. That game, I don't know what's wrong with it. The game works fine when you play the actual level, but the loading times were awful.
Oh, really?
And I couldn't even load the second world. So we beat the first world, which is like a tutorial world, within 3 to 5 minutes, and I couldn't load the second one. We tried over and over and over.
Wow.
Again. So I had to switch. We had
That's
to play
crazy.
Minecraft for a while. So I don't know if it was something wrong with my PlayStation or the download or what it was. So I'll have to look at that. But we're definitely going to bring that back again. Yeah, Danny's really really into that. She's been wanting to do that for a while. I even brought it up to you a while ago, months and months ago. She likes it. She gets very shy at the beginning, which is weird because she's not shy at all in any way. So she definitely warms up to it, but she liked it a lot. We just have to find a game that she'll enjoy playing that I think will be entertaining enough for you guys. So, but that will definitely be coming back more.
Cool. Very cool. I finished Evil Within 2.
And your final thoughts?
23 hours is what it took me. Good. And it moves so fast.
That's a meaty horror game.
Yeah, so when you, Alien Isolation was also like 23 hours, and that felt like forever. It felt like an eternity. But Evil Within 2, it flew by because the pacing was
you seem
was
like
perfect.
every time you played it, I never watched you to where you had this like, all right, when are we gonna do this? Like when I watched you play Alien or any of these other ones, a lot of times it's just like, oh my god, do I have to do this again? But every time I've tuned in to watch you play Evil Within, you always seem to enjoy it.
Yeah,
I
enjoyed every minute of it. Yeah,
that's my favorite clip of our show in recent memory.
That is a good clip. Yeah, so that was me chainsawing that guy in half, pretty much. That was a good moment. Just a really great game overall, surprising in a lot of ways. And I talked about this many times, but I just didn't expect them to go this kind of semi-open world route where you got these side quests and all that. But it actually worked within the game. It never overstayed its welcome, even though it took me 23 hours. Evil Within 1, I felt like was about 2 hours too long. This one, I never felt like it was too long. I was totally engaged the whole way through. My only complaint would be that I felt like they pulled back on the horror. It wasn't near as scary as the first game.
It was more action thriller.
Yes, and the enemies weren't near as grotesque and disturbing.
But they were creative from what I saw.
They were creative. I was never scared in Evil Within 2 like I was with the box head from the first game, or like I was during the incineration boss battle with that weird long-armed chick with the just creepy as hell. I was terrified. My heart was beating through my chest when I played that on Evil Within 1. I never felt that way with Evil Within 2.
That's something, like one of the enemies I saw, one of the only enemies I saw, and I'm sorry, spoilers, so, plug your ears or take off your headset for a second, but the camera one.
Yeah, that was
creepy. Really creative. Stuff like that I like a lot. But I agree with you, and it sucks because it's pitched as a horror game, but it's not as much of a horror game as it is survival. Like, it's as much of a horror game as like Dying Light is, I feel like.
Okay.
Although I feel like Dying Light was definitely terrifying in many times.
I could understand that comparison. What I think I really liked was that the first game, Ruvik is the boss throughout the entire game, and like he just kind of gets played out. I was tired of that villain by the end of it. In this one, they keep you on your toes. Spoiler alert. The first villain is the artist, the photographer, right? And he dies like 5 hours into the game.
Oh, really?
And then I'm like, oh, wow, he's not the villain of the whole game. So then you get a new villain. And then he dies. And then there's a final villain. And I was like, oh, so there's like 3 main villains in this game.
Are they all
just by the
collected?
time you're like, okay, I feel like this person has played out his role,
Right.
that person dies, and another villain comes in, a bigger bad. And I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, they keep like leveling up the boss.
But they're
and it's like,
connected in some way.
it's all connected.
Okay,
It
okay.
works. It flows perfectly. But I really like that about the game, that it was like, oh, okay, never mind. Moving on to another big bad guy. I like that a lot. Rick says that, yeah, the only time I was scared was the first Anima encounter. Yes, Anima was pretty creepy. I will agree with you there. Still not as creepy, I feel, as any of the big enemies from the first game, but Anima was probably the creepiest moment in Evil Within 2, for me at least. It took a while for it to even get horror. Like, the first game, you were dropped into that, like, area with the chainsaw guy within, like, the first 5 minutes, and this one, it's probably, like, 2 hours before you really get to a horror moment. Like, a true horror moment. It took a little while. Speaking of that, too, of, like kind of, like, Lovecraftian horror, I finished Stranger Things as well.
Yeah,
Yesterday.
good.
Very good. We'll be talking about that soon. I don't know if you wanted to do Netflix Club tomorrow. If you wanted, if
I'm not gonna have time.
okay, so we'll have to maybe the week after.
I can do. I mean, we could do it if we can do it a different day. I can definitely. Do
All right,
it
we'll talk
sometime.
about that. So
Yeah.
we'll be doing our Netflix Club on not Evil Within,
Stranger Things.
on Stranger Things 2 very soon, so we can talk about that. I don't want to give too much of my feelings just yet, but I did finish that as well. And now moving on to Persona 5 finally.
Jeez.
Yeah, finally gonna move on to Persona 5 tomorrow.
So I'll see you play a game in like sometime 2018.
Yes, Persona
I
5
don't care
could
enough
be
to
the
watch
death
this.
of me. I have a
Persona
feeling
5 could be the death of your
I'm not
streams
going to
on the
finish
channel.
Persona 5 on stream. It's just not going to be a game that I want to play for the next 6 months on stream, because that's what it would be. Because I would have to
Minimum.
I'm not going to do it every day every stream of the week. I'll probably go back to doing Fridays as either PUBG or Fortnite or some competitive multiplayer games, which means I'm getting
I like
about
that you do that,
5
yeah.
hours a week of Persona 5. That game's at least 50 hours long at minimum.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 10 weeks at minimum. So 2.5 months, probably more like 4 months is what I'm looking at to finish Persona 5. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I can't do that for 4 months on stream. That would be too much. That'd be rough. I don't think people want to see me play one game that long.
I would love to find a day that I consistently know that I would be able to stream as well, because I would love to do a dedicated Nintendo day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really want to start doing a dedicated day to play the Switch on the stream. You know, whether it's Mario Odyssey or you know what's it called Mario Kart. I don't have
Figure
enough.
it out,
Yeah,
man.
I need to figure that out for us.
Welcome, Raunch Mark, and welcome to everybody in the room. We've got. I can't see right now. It's actually covered
It's
up.
I've covered up the entire time. I think it's bugged out.
Oh, let me fix it then. Hold on.
What would be your final assessment of?
On Evil Within 2?
Yeah.
I think I've said after the game finished that night that I would give it an 8.5, and even now still, a couple days later, I think 8.5 is where I'm falling.
I like that. Like, I'll tell you right now, I'm still sitting at, like, South Park is not above an 8 for me.
That's
It
so crazy to
sucks.
me.
I hate it so bad. Because I'm like thinking about, like, am I sure I want to settle on that? Like, is South Park really that low? But I'm like, yeah, because I hated this and I hated that, and this really annoyed me.
Yeah.
So
That's a bummer. It makes me kind of not want to play it.
it's definitely
Honestly.
a game. I'm telling you right now, I think it's one of those games where I think you should play it, but I don't think you should rush to it.
Okay.
Like, I definitely think you can pull a whole Persona, with it, where it's out and then you'll get to it when you can.
Cool. Mark, we don't do calls anymore. We do a Discord night once a month.
Yeah.
But our next Discord
Oh,
night
yeah, we haven't done that.
would be the final episode of this month, right? That's when we do it. We do a final episode of this month. So that will be Discord nights where you guys can come on and talk with us about the stories. All right. Let's get into community question of the week. No, wait, sorry. TLUS has no game. We haven't got TLUS
we're
has no game
skipping.
yet.
We're jumping
First, we got
around.
TLUS has no game, the official non-gaming portion of the show. 3 non-gaming topics at 2 minutes each. Are we ready?
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Good.
Let's do it. First up in TLUS has no game. Crazy news. Disney and Fox. Supposedly there are talks of Disney acquiring Fox.
I
That
can't
doesn't include like
imagine-
Fox News or Fox Sports, but the things that matter, like
What was the reason too? I can't remember.
X-Men,
what it was.
like Deadpool, those would be acquired.
And what's funny to me is that the reason that they're doing it is not for the properties like X-Men and everything else. It's something else that I never thought that they would actually care about. It's something that is something really weird. It's gonna bug me until I figure it out. But this
Maybe
could
it's
be
the
huge
getting
for
the
it.
first Star Wars. Is that what you're thinking?
No,
Because they would get A New Hope back,
right.
as well.
No, it has nothing to do with Star Wars either. There's something else, some like program or something like that you're like, really, they care about that. But when you think about it, like, okay, I see how it can make money for them, and it's gonna bug me until I look it up again and figure it out. But if this happens, it could absolutely be huge. I don't know if they would use it in the way that we would want them to, but let's just fangirl out for a second and imagine that they would. Can you imagine an interaction between Deadpool, Spider-Man, Robert Downey Jr., and like Chris
And
Pratt?
Hugh Jackman coming back
right.
as
Oh
Wolverine.
my god, like that would be amazing.
I do understand some of the concern people have, though, too, that
Oh,
we
absolutely.
wouldn't get a films like Logan or Deadpool anymore, potentially, when it's under the Disney banner.
Yeah, look at Deadpool. I don't think Disney would ever be comfortable releasing something like that, and I think that sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't think we could get a movie like Deadpool under Disney. It's just, I don't think it would happen. So that's something to maybe be concerned about.
Right, absolutely.
But like, what about even on the video game side? Do you think that the reason X-Men wasn't in Marvel versus Capcom Infinite was because Fox didn't want it there?
So I mean, realistically, I think we talked about this too when it was announced, the roster. I think it was more Marvel really wanted to push their superhero lineup. They wanted to be like, listen, this is what we're in on, and this is our slate. These are the heroes that you need to recognize. X-Men have nothing to do with us, and this is what we're pushing.
Yeah.
So I think that was more so that, but yeah. I think
Next up, also equally crazy news here. This is a big news week. Rian Johnson, director of The Last Jedi, as seen on screen right now, is also working on an entirely new Star Wars trilogy, and that doesn't relate to the Luke Skywalker Star Wars. This is new characters, new time period, new area within the universe. This is like a brand new Star Wars trilogy being helmed by Rian Johnson. So there's multiple ways to look at this story. One is that, wow, we're finally going to get outside the Luke Skywalker stuff.
Yeah.
But the second way of looking at this is, damn, Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm in general must love what Rian Johnson did with The Last Jedi, for them to say, hey, we want you to spearhead an entirely new trilogy.
Right, and I think that's actually the only news that I like out of this. I stop beating the horse. Stop riding it. Let it rest. Give it some time. Stop shoving it in our faces. And we're going to get there very quickly with superhero movies. I am not there yet, but I can absolutely see that it's going to happen within the next few years. And the same thing is going to be with Star Wars. I think getting
Oversaturation.
Oversaturation.
Well, that's the other part, right? The TV series coming to the Disney streaming service. They're really pushing the streaming service big time.
There is a benefit to this, though. So I don't know if you put it in there about the pricing.
Of the
Streaming service.
No.
They haven't announced it, but they said that it's going to be extremely competitive.
Okay.
Which to me says they're probably going to go in anywhere from like $5 to $7, and no more. Which to me, for possibly an entire Disney catalog, is huge. The negative to this is also that they're losing properties, but for other streaming services. But yes, they're really doing this to push the necessity for everybody to jump in on the TV series, to jump in on their new streaming service.
Yeah, because that's the other side too, is that supposedly the Marvel Netflix shows are going to be discontinued. So that is a bummer of the story. There's also a few other things coming to that Disney streaming service, like High School Musical, supposedly they're rebooting, and a few other things. So they're talking about a lot of new series for that service, which is good that they're really going for it. And finally, we got the first Justice League impressions, and Kelly is going to put a poll on Streamlabs extension for you guys. I'm going to go through these. Quote, Justice League is clunky and uneven as hell, but it also gets the characters right and has a lot of fun along the way. When it's over, DC's vision for these heroes going forward will make sense. So, a little up and down there, but mostly good, I would say. I saw Justice League. Here's what I thought. There are a ton of things I change, but it comes down to this. I had a blast. I got to see the team together, and I had fun watching it. Ezra Miller steals the movie, and Wonder Woman was perfect. No surprise there, of course. After that, Justice League is better than Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. It's lean, mean, and packed with superhero action. I dug most of its later moments, and I think it has one of the best action sequences ever in a DC extended universe movie. And of course, Wonder Woman steals the show. So that's the second time. Ezra Miller and Wonder Woman, hearing good things. Fourth quote, Justice League is good, and I can finally talk about it. Wonder Woman is wonderful. Aquaman is surprisingly cool. Flash is hilarious. Batman is drunk. The story is coherent, and it's all surprisingly funny. It's not perfect, but it's enjoyable. And finally, the fifth one that I got here. I am genuinely happy to report Justice League is a lot of fun. It's not perfect and has its problems, but the job of making you care about these characters and as a team by its end, it's also very funny in lots of unexpected ways. So these all kind of had the same vibe here, which is, yeah, it's not perfect. There's things I would complain about. There's things I would change, but you're going to come out of the movie enjoying it.
That said, so here's what I'll say. Right, exactly. And I heard a lot of the Flash is the best part, Cyborg is the worst part. I heard it's cool. I heard it's very fun. You know, because I read a bunch more than what was just there. But what concerns me is we heard the same thing from Batman vs Superman, which I'll go on record. I don't hate it nearly as much as some people do. I actually enjoyed it to where I wanted to watch it again.
Okay,
but this is concerning to me because I don't know if it's going to be as good. And I'm honestly going to say I still feel comfortable saying it's going to be at 65 on Rotten Tomatoes when it comes out.
65?
Yes.
For the
general
that's
consensus
totally
score.
possible. Yeah, I think that is. I
65.
think it has potential to get into the 70s, but it also could go sub 60 for sure.
Absolutely.
It's really hard to say.
It's definitely a risk. But I think to me what I base Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that on is a general consensus.
Okay.
And that's where I go with it. Is that usually around there, and I think between critics and fans, unless you get the flooding of trolls or people trying to mess with the system, which I'm assuming you will, that it's not going to be half bad, half good. It's going to be at 65 because there's enough good that you enjoy the movie, but there's definitely not a lot that could have been far, far, far better.
Okay, so the poll that we asked you guys is, where do you predict Justice League will fall on Rotten Tomatoes? 0 to 20, 21 to 40, 41 to 60, 61 to 80, or 81 to 100. We're going to give you a little more time to answer it because, once again, we're doing polls through the Streamlabs extension now, guys. So you might have seen it pop up in the upper right-hand corner of the stream. If you didn't, you can still click on the icon in the bottom right, which is the Streamlabs extension icon. If you click on that, you're going to see that there's a current poll live. You can go in there, you can submit your answer, and we'll go through the community question of the week before we look at the results so that we can give you guys a little more time to figure out. Also, I haven't heard any questions being submitted. Don't forget that you guys can ask us a question that will be answered for sure during our Ask a Question segment later on in the show. Use the Streamlabs extension to submit questions to us for us to answer.
I forgot exactly, and now I remember exactly what it is, and you will never guess why Disney was looking at buying Fox.
Okay, go ahead.
Disney was looking at buying Fox originally. Mind you, the talks are now dead, I heard, or at least paused.
They're paused, yeah.
But they were originally explored when Disney was thinking about expanding to their own streaming service because they wanted to buy some certain Fox shows like Futurama, which brings around a lot of people for their streaming service. Because wherever people, when Netflix was about to lose Futurama from its services, people were about to jump ship. It has the same effect that Scrubs and all those types of shows do, is that people will jump ship to go to another one just to have that on demand.
Interesting.
So Disney was looking at buying them for those types
I'm
of
sure that's
products.
part of the whole, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. There's other benefits to it.
Yeah.
But their main, from what I understand in their talks, for someone that was apparently leaked it a while ago, was that the main concern for them was these shows that people will.
So
jump
once
to
again, proving that they are treating the streaming service very seriously.
Right. This is not something that's going away. This is not something that, like, to me at first when I heard Disney was doing a streaming service, I'm like, all right, whatever. CBS tried to do that. They're not really succeeding very well. Good luck. But then when I'm thinking about it more and more, like, no, they are trying to become Netflix.
They want to
are
be a
trying
contender.
They want to be in that running.
Yeah, for sure. So the sequence thing that just popped up is every 25 to 30 minutes, there will be a group event that occurs where you guys will compete with each other to click buttons in a certain sequence on screen. Whoever is the quickest and goes through the most waves, kind of like Horde mode, you go through waves that become more and more difficult. Whoever gets the most waves wins, and I think it's just brownie points. I don't think it actually gives you XP, but it's bragging rights within the chat, like I won. So something you guys can take part in every 25 to 35 minutes. It'll happen.
Tobes, I wasn't going to get it, but honestly, if it's like $5 to $7, I'll get it because Netflix sucks all of a sudden. Like with the
I
exception,
don't agree with that.
See, I don't love all of their shows. I don't love all of their original content.
Oh my god, Mindhunter this year was one of the best things I've watched.
I'm
in a
not
long
saying
time.
that none of their stuff is good. I'm saying in general, I think they're offering me less that I love.
See, in my mind, Mindhunter is worth the, what is it, like $10 I'm paying? I would spend $20 for Mindhunter. That's an amazing series I got to watch.
Oh, and don't get me wrong, I'll do it for that, and I'll do it for Stranger Things. But what I'm saying is, there's not enough consistently to keep me coming back to it. How long does it take you to go through Mindhunter?
It was 10 episodes, so it took
10
me
episodes.
about a week or two.
Right. So what do you do when Mindhunter is done?
Stranger Things.
What do you do when Stranger Things is done?
Watch a bunch of the old series that are still on there, like The
But
Office,
that's
like
my
Lost,
problem
like
is that
this,
there's
like
not
that.
as much that I want to watch on there anymore. So, for instance, for me, my go-to was Scrubs. Scrubs isn't on Netflix anymore.
I think you need to branch out. Is probably your problem.
It's not
There's
even that
so
I'm
many
not
original
branching out.
series that you
There-
could be
it's-
watching.
Right. No, I absolutely agree with that. But what I'm saying is that staples that we would go to, especially for something like like Danny or anything like that, or things that I would have on the back, for like background noise,
Yeah.
is not there anymore. So
See, like all my background noise shows are still there. I haven't
right.
lost
So
those
to me,
ones for me
that's-
yet.
Right, they're gone. Half of them are gone for me.
How I Met Your Mother just left though, or
How I Met
actually
Your
is
Mother's
tomorrow,
on.
the 13th. How I Met Your Mother leaves.
So that's one of the other ones. It's not all the time, but that's definitely one of the ones when I would get bored of Scrubs, Office, and Parks and Rec, I would go to that. Scrubs is gone. Now How I Met Your Mother's gone. Now that's going to be gone. Danny watches a lot of cartoons on there that I'll watch with her. So,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of Cartoon Network shows, all gone from there.
That's another thing I have to say. For Evie, like I was watching Sophia the First today, which is actually pretty cute.
It's not that bad. A lot of these Disney
Very,
shows,
I like that
don't
it
like
actually has like a song every episode. Like
Yeah.
that, it feels like a Disney, movie. Every episode
Yeah,
has
they
got its
definitely
own
put emphasis
original
on that.
music. They really went for it with the whole princess vibe. So even just that, like things for Evie to watch, I would pay more for Netflix, and I always hate saying that because I'm worried they're watching and they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, he would pay more, raise the price again." But honestly, I would pay even more for Netflix than I'm currently paying now because we get so much use out of it in our household, at least. But all right, we've waited long enough. Let's actually reveal the poll results.
Yeah.
So we asked you guys what you think it'll fall out on Rotten Tomatoes. We're talking about Justice League, and you guys voted. Looks like I'm not allowed to end it.
Why?
Probably because Kelly started it. Kelly, can you end it, please? And let us know in the chat who or what won the thing. I might also have to maybe I have to refresh or something. Let's try refreshing this. Where's the refresh button? Is that
We're
it?
there. Yeah.
It says start poll. It doesn't say end poll. Maybe Kelly ended it herself already.
I don't know.
It's already ended. Okay, yeah. Somehow maybe it has a timer.
Huh.
Can you see what the winner was, Kelly? You should be able to look at the past poll.
Oh, go down. Scroll down. Doesn't it tell you right
Nah.
there? Oh, no, it just tells you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure Kelly can look, or you guys can even look. Poll results are 0 because for option 1. What about the other options? All right. Well, either way,
Regardless, thank you guys for your input.
yes, the results show on the extension. Yeah, I know they show on the extension, but we're not going to keep the extension up ourselves because we'd have to keep the show live in order to look at the extension. I thought I could end it here and see it. Maybe I can. I just was late getting to it. Maybe it ended itself. Maybe it has a timer on it. All right. Either way, let's get to our community question of the week. What's that, Mike?
On the
On the
spot.
on the
Wow,
spot.
I'm like going on. I was reading Justin's thing and I'm thinking in my head the Captain Phillips. I make this show now. Look at me. I make this show.
I should get that audio hook.
Oh my God, we absolutely should. All right, question of the week is where you guys can go to our Discord and answer the question that we pose for you. It could be simple, it could be a very complicated and convoluted, but this one is relatively in the middle, and it is, when is the time you were the most wrong about, is that a correct sentence?
Yes. When is the time you were the most wrong?
When you were the most wrong. Okay. It wouldn't be like the most incorrect.
It's just a way I would say it to somebody. Like, I feel like that gets across what I wanted to say. The
I
best.
feel
Like,
most good.
when were you wrong?
I
When
was
were you the
most
most
good.
wrong?
When were you
about a
most
gaming
wrong
related-
about a gaming related subject? For example, many people were very wrong that the Nintendo Switch would be a failure out of the gate. Were you happy or upset to be wrong in the situation that you mentioned? The mostest wrong.
The mostest wrong ever.
Mostest wrong. EXG Cito responded with, I thought Destiny 2 was going to be overrated and overly hyped, but I'm a guy who doesn't like Destiny. Actually didn't mind it and thought it was overhyped. It turned out to be a good game, and I do want to buy it. Destiny 2 is a very weird...
You didn't know I'm gonna say that, did you?
I did. Is a very weird game for me right now.
Okay.
Because I want to like it more than I do, and there's nothing inherently wrong with it. But I understand people's frustration, but I think it's undeserved frustration. Destiny 2 delivers in most of the ways that they said they were going to improve upon, but I think they overpromised with the type of game that it was. They still are overpromising this game that's more of an RPG than a standard shooter, but they don't give you enough post-game content. Like, they fail to realize that even though they have raids and they have all these post-game strikes and everything like that, some of the fun that you can get post-game is going back to these areas that you had trouble in, or you rush through at some certain points and just demolish everything, and there's no reason to do that. It's not as fun to do that. What are you looking at?
I'm just looking at the poll results since Kelly posted them.
Oh, okay.
So 13% for that. 50% it looks like for 61 to 80.
Okay.
50% for 61 to 80. So that's where you guys are falling. Yeah, I feel like I'm in that range too. I feel like it's going to be positive, but not by a lot. I feel like that I'm with you guys there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But fine answer. I have noticed that Destiny 2 has definitely dropped in hype.
Yes.
That's why I feel like the PC version is definitely not doing as well as some of us have predicted.
Listen, in its state before it released, my assessment was absolutely accurate, but I do agree with you. I think I'm going to lose this just because it didn't fulfill everything that I thought it would.
I just feel I feel like I was right in what I predicted, and that people were going to lose interest by the time the PC version came out, and it happened.
I think honestly, if the game delivered in the way that I thought it would, I think I would have won.
But the thing is, it did deliver. It's delivered on pretty much everything everybody wanted, but it still is just a case of
not enough.
It's not enough. Like, it came out on PS4, people played it on PS4, people played the beta, like they did all this and that. By the time the PC version came out, just the hype had dwindled. There were other games coming out, and there's still plenty of people that bought it on PC. Don't get me wrong.
That's the other thing too, is it's the wrong time of the year for a game like that to come out.
Yeah.
I think that's the other problem, is that game has the legs, and I think it's irresponsible of them to put it out at the time of year that they did, because that game could have sold gangbusters in March at a time when there's not as many games coming out, especially games that are a little bit meatier that you could sink your teeth into. That's the time of the year that people really go back to a game like Destiny. So I think releasing it then is far better than releasing it at a time when you have Call of Duty and Battlefront, and all these other games, these big tier published games. You can make your money at other times of the year. It's been shown now, so stop putting I mean, that's its own argument.
Yeah.
But I just think that's also part of the problem.
But I'm going to give EXG Cito 500 points to Ravenclaw.
Okay.
Ravenclaw. Next
I'm
up.
okay with that. Next up, we have Ghost Games, and he said, I always told people that Blizzard wouldn't do vanilla servers even though I wanted them to. I was wrong. I said that EA would mess up Star Wars Battlefront 2, but I just bought it because it looks really good. So,
Two parts to this.
Blizzard wouldn't do vanilla servers even though I wanted
So do you know
them to.
about this?
No.
So they are
you're
doing
talking about
World
for
of Warcraft Classic.
Right? Yeah, so
a
they're
lot of
going
people are
back to
very
that.
excited about that.
Yeah, so, which is great. They definitely went away from their standard core people, people that we know personally, that if they had still played it, they would definitely really be into this. They don't, so they don't care as much, but this is definitely very cool to the people that still are into World of Warcraft. This is definitely good news for them. So that is understandable. Personally, I don't care either way, just because I don't have I don't have a horse in this race.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for you guys. That said, Star Wars Battlefront 2, I don't know. I don't know if they
jury
messed
is
it up
still
or not.
out.
Right. The jury is definitely still out on that, because again, the same thing with Battlefront 2 is the issue that I have with Destiny. Destiny, I was hyped on. Look, when it came out, I'm like, I'm still in Destiny. This week, I'm still in Destiny this week, and then by the third or fourth week, I was like, I played a little bit, but I didn't really talk about it too much. And it wasn't because I didn't want to talk about it again. It's just I didn't really have anything else to talk about. And I think that's going to be the same thing with Star Wars Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront, the first week I got it, it was great. I loved it, and then I was just like, I don't care enough to come back to this, and I honestly still think that people are going to have the same issue.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see how those loot crates work out too, because that's definitely at the forefront of the controversy surrounding that.
That was a well thought out answer, so I'm going to give 600 points to Hufflepuff. Hepman RX responded with the motion controllers on PS3. I thought it would have been the new way to play games.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Wii Sports style game they released, but
Oh, sorry, you can't say.
No,
I thought you would be.
But something I can't. It's too small in that. I hate it so
okay.
much. It fucks with me when I read it.
Looks like it skipped back to the beginning. Let me find it. For you.
No.
There you go.
Wii Sports style game they released, but that was it. No other games had the controls on point. It always seemed like a tacked on option, and it absolutely was.
Yeah, the technology was there. It was definitely
You were
the
hyped on this
best,
too.
the best motion controllers available by far. Very accurate. I remember playing Sports Friends or whatever it was. It was super accurate. It just if you're not going to bundle it in with every console, it's not going to be supported, and that's the problem. Is the reason the Wii succeeded is because it was in every console. It was the crux of that system.
Yep.
And I don't know how PlayStation and Microsoft didn't see that coming, but yeah, just it's not as simple as having the best version of a product.
No, absolutely not. And I'm glad they finally they kind of they pretty quickly realized that wasn't going to work out for them.
Same with the Kinect even.
But Hetman, I'm going to give you. That's probably the smartest answer out of all of them.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm gonna
agree.
Give
That's a
you
good answer.
800 points to Hufflepuff again.
Hufflepuff wins the House Cup.
You guys are very quiet this week.
Yeah,
I'm
only
a
3
little
responses.
disappointed. There's only 3 people that answer this question. I know you guys have eyes, a brain, and a keyboard, as well as our inner Discord
And a
server. So
soul.
next week, I expect better from all of you. You guys let me down. Negative 600 points from the entire room.
Quiet ring there. It's a somber ring. All right. Let's us go to the first commercial break of the night. When we come back, we got the level update. We're going to talk about PlayStation experience. Then we're going to give another shot at polls. See if we can get polls to work this time. Woo! Kelly, be prepared. All right, guys, we'll be back in approximately 90 seconds. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 195. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, hit that follow button here at twitch.tv/the Level Up Show. We will give you a shout out. Make sure to turn on those notifications so you get alerts when we go live. We got 51 people in the room. To all of you people, the prize wheel is active. That means anything worth $5 more will get you a spin. That means subbing, resubbing, pledging on Patreon, cheering, tipping, and hosting for 10 viewers or more. We've got the Stagger active with the tip of 3333, and you guys are earning XP right now through our new Streamlabs system. We're not getting any questions as far as my ears go. I haven't heard any.
As my ears
I'm not
go.
hearing anything. So guys, don't forget that you can redeem questions that will be answered during our dedicated Ask a Question segment at the end of the show. You can do that through Streamlabs extension. You can use the 50 XP redemption feature to ask us a question. Let us know if you have a problem with it being 50 XP. Like, why aren't you guys asking questions yet? Because
Maybe they just don't care enough.
or maybe they don't have a question to ask, but we get questions asked all the time in the chat that we can't really answer because things move too quickly. This is a way to get a spotlight on a question that you have. So let us know if there's something we need to do to make that more accessible to you guys. There you go. That's a question that just happened. So it's logged. We will get to that during the dedicated Ask a Question segment. Thank you for that. All right, keep those coming, guys. And let us know if you suggest any tweaks to the way Ask a Question works. All right, moving on. We're going to get into our official discussion of the week's biggest gaming industry news. It's called the Level Update. Don't do that. You know I don't like that. You know I don't like that. Because for one, you're not in sync with it because there's a delay. So it's all messed up. You messed it all up.
I think I was on time, and I think it was beautiful.
PlayStation Experience. Turns out it might not be as big as we all were hoping, guys. Let's lower the expectations a little bit. VG247 writes, Sony will host its PlayStation Experience 2017 keynote the evening before the weekend event officially kicks off. It was announced today the PlayStation Experience 2017 keynote will be held on the evening of Friday, December 8th. That is right after the Game Awards on Thursday. During the presentation, PlayStation Worldwide Studios boss Sean Layden will provide game updates, a few surprises, and special guests will take the stage. The presentation will start at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern on December 8th. For early birds over in the UK and Europe, the keynote takes place on December 9th, as it will be 4 a.m. in the UK and 5 a.m. in Europe at that point. According to Sid Schumann, director of PlayStation social media, the presentation at PSX 2017 will be pared down compared to previous years. Quote, on Friday night, we'll have a special presentation with opening remarks, special guests, and game updates to talk about. We're not calling it a showcase, given that we're coming a few weeks off of Paris Games Week, but we'll have some content to share. He's really trying to lower expectations with those comments there.
This
We're not calling it a
sounds
showcase.
like it's
We're coming
going
right
to
after
be
Paris Games Week. We have some content to share.
very
It's like,
boring.
okay, let's lower expectations big time.
I
Right?
don't know if I'm going to care enough to tune in live.
I will definitely care enough to tune in live. I am not going to miss out on a Final Fantasy VII remake trailer because I
They're
thought they
not
weren't going to do it.
Going to do a
You
Final
never
Fantasy
know,
VII
man. You
remake
never know.
trailer.
Because we're going to talk later on about a
Give
story
up
that
the
entirely contradicts what was just said there. Rumors on Reddit, but from a pretty respectable source. So we'll talk about that later. It's something that might really contradict what Sid Schumann is doing by lowering our expectations. But this is what I want out of this year's
This was so
PSX.
good.
This was last year's PSX.
This
We
is
got The Last of
easily
Us Part 2 last year.
Our best reaction video that was ever made.
Yes.
And I'm not even a part of it, so I have no horse in that race either. But I think it's absolutely I think it's either the best or one of the best
I mean,
reactions we've ever done.
YouTube has spoken, and it is the best because it
Is
has
it?
200,000 views. It's by far our most viewed video that we've ever put up on our YouTube. So, it also has the best like-dislike ratio of any video we've ever put up.
I think also my favorite one is Dean reacting to Spider-Man.
That's also an amazing one.
That
Yep.
one is my second favorite. I think his voice of "Look at the city, you guys!"
I know.
Like that's my favorite. Like I would go.
My
back and
favorite
watch
is the
it.
wrap it up, boys. That's the best.
I
That
loved
is
it.
the best. That was such a good reaction.
Wow, who actually? Why would people downvote that video though?
What, that one?
Yeah.
No matter what, if you get
Oh,
200,000
You're
views,
definitely
you're
gonna
going to
have-
get some dislikes from Xbox fanboys or, and somebody that just hates that The Last of Us is so popular. You're going to get dislikes. When you have 200,000
Right.
views, it's impossible not to get a dislike. I think Porn Stash Andrew is going to crush this views. Yeah, I don't think so. Got 100. I'm pretty happy with Porn Stash Andrew getting 100 views on YouTube, but I don't expect
I was
any more than
about
that.
23 of those.
That's hilarious. All right. I saw today too. I hope Dean doesn't mind me saying this, but he said that he's coming back
Nice.
to YouTube. I would think maybe YouTube and Twitch. So keep an eye out on
From
YouTube.
our last conversation,
and
it
Twitch.
did not seem like that was going to be a thing.
He's back from his honeymoon. He's married now. Maybe he's getting ready to make his comeback.
Oh, we were talking about something the other day. Maybe I'll have to see if
So
that's
keep an eye out for Dean, guys.
Cool.
So we put a poll, or Kelly put a poll in, I hope. And the poll was, do you think there will be a keynote? A, yes, it will be live streamed and just as big as previous years. B, yes, it will be live streamed but scaled down. C, yes, but it will not be live streamed. Or D, there will be no keynote whatsoever. We know there's going to kind of be a keynote, but,
There's going to be something.
yeah. But vote how you guys want. Moving on. Go ahead, Mike.
Heathens. Moving on, rumor, Devil May Cry 5 and Soul Calibur 6 to be announced at PSX. What?
This directly contradicts the story.
Right.
We literally just
Devil
talked
May
about.
Cry 5, this will finally be announced at PSX. Dante, Virgil, and Nero will all be playable on the game. I don't know if that will be confirmed at PSX, in particular alongside the reveal, but multiple sources have informed me that all three characters are on it and you can play as them. Soul Calibur 6. I was told it'll be for PS4, PC, and Nintendo Switch.
Where's Xbox One?
More so, Nintendo Switch. Awesome. There was no Xbox One version mentioned to me. The game should be revealed by the end of the year and make its 21st anniversary at least. One trustworthy source told me it would be revealed at PSX. If the Switch version is not announced in a matter-of-fact way alongside it, like multi-platform games do when revealed at a specific console's event, then it should be announced during the Nintendo Direct in January that I keep hearing about. The source who told me about the Switch version is different from the one who told me about the game's existence, I might add. They also told me that Link would return as a guest character on that version. That is awesome, and I love that. And
Yeah.
imagine if they put Dante on the Soul Calibur 6 PS4 version. I love when they do this on Soul Calibur games. Do you know that they do that?
No, I do not.
So different versions of Soul Calibur for different platforms have a different character cameo. So for the Xbox version, 1 year, I think it was Soul Calibur, I want to say 4. They had Master Chief on there. Whereas for Soul Calibur 4 on PlayStation, it's going to be, I don't remember who it was. But they did one for Star Wars, where on one system it was, Ezio. Thank you, Rick.
Yep, I remember that.
One for 1 year it was Star Wars, where on one console it was
Yoda.
like Yoda,
Yep.
and the other one it was Darth Vader. So I'm actually on board for this. I think this would actually be really awesome. I think Link being on the Switch version makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Again, so that's not all.
No, there's more.
I'm going to save the third one for last. But Metroid Prime 4 should have something revealed with some in-game footage early next year from what I've heard. We're now moving past PSX. Those were the PSX rumors we were talking about were going around. These are for the Nintendo Direct that's going to happen in January probably. I'm hearing that the Direct in January particularly, Bandai Namco is developing the game for Switch. I don't know which development studio. The most enticing to my eyes, ears, palette in general, and I want to sink my hands onto, is Pokemon on the Switch. There has been pressure towards Game Freak to get Pokemon's 8th generation out in hopes of a release next year. If you recall, Pokemon Stars, that is, or was, real, but all it was a Sun and Moon port to the Switch, used as an engine test tech demo thing. So, we got fucked. We did. So I don't know. You probably didn't care enough to keep up with it.
No, I don't.
But Pokemon Stars. So we had Pokemon Sun, Moon, and then about a couple weeks later, there was Pokemon Stars rumors. There was talk about this for a while. Then all of a sudden, the name Pokemon Stars popped up, and then it subsided. But it was still like, there's no way they're not making this for the Switch. This was at a time right before the Switch released, or right after the Switch released. So there was like, why would they not make this for the Switch? That's what Pokemon Stars is going to be. It has to be. It's probably going to be an amalgamation, kind of like how Blue and Red had Yellow, where it's a combination of both together, this and that. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, we got this official Nintendo art that had Ash or Red and Pikachu sitting in the grass looking up at the sky with a bunch of stars, and it was like black and white, and we're like, holy shit, this is happening. And the Nintendo Direct was coming in like a week or two. Nothing. We're like, okay, maybe the next one. Nothing. And then literally no one has heard anything about this since.
Yeah.
So we got fucked.
I don't understand how it's just not. It's just it hasn't been revealed yet.
Why would you tease this so many times in such a short amount of time when you know fans hype? And then apparently, according to this, the Stars thing was more of just a tech demo for the Switch to show that something like a Pokemon game could run on it.
Yeah, but a tech demo can also bridge into the main game too. Like,
I mean, it could
keep your
like,
hopes alive, man.
I'm trying to, but like they keep insulting the Nintendo fan base with this Pokemon debacle. They released this Pokemon Sun and Moon, and all of a sudden the next version is not Stars or like anything other slushy. It's Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Yeah.
Like, thanks, guys.
I get it.
Pokin.
I mean, no matter what, I'm gonna be excited for the idea of a full 3D
and by that time
RPG
you'll have
version
a
of
Switch,
Pokemon.
and you can get into it.
So, Kelly put it in the chat, and I also have it up on screen, Kelly, so if you don't want to do that, you don't have to, but I guess it's cool for the people in the chat that aren't looking. But you guys voted, and you think that PSX will be live streamed, but that it'll be scaled down. 63% overwhelmingly voted in that direction. But we also have a poll for this as well. Go ahead, Mike. What was the poll in that story?
So the poll that we're going to post for this is, which of these do you feel is most likely going to happen? Do you think that Devil May Cry 5 will be revealed at PSX? Do you think that Soul Calibur 6 will be revealed at PSX? Do you think that Metroid Prime 4 is being developed by Bandai Namco? Or do you feel that Pokemon Switch is coming in 2018?
What is the most likely scenario, guys? Kelly will put the poll. She just did. And I'm going to vote myself.
Gracias,
I think the most
Kelly.
likely is Devil May Cry 5 reveal. That's my vote.
I can definitely get behind that.
We'll come back to that in a moment. Let's move on to the next story. Kelly would have taken this one, but I will take it instead. So Bluehole, developer of PUBG, actually released their, not released, but revealed what their next game is going to be. And
good, because their first one has been completed all the way and is working perfectly fine.
Clearly.
That game is a buggy fucking mess.
It is going to be called Ascent Infinite Realm. In short, they're just going to call it Air, I think. Is going to be an open world MMORPG, blends steampunk and high fantasy, and features realm versus realm PvP combat with both ground-based and aerial combat. I do like that they're getting airships involved here. That's really cool. In the game's PvP mode, players have various flying vehicles at their disposal, along with weapons such as cannons, mines, and attack buffs. Quote, in RVR, factions fight for fame and glory, taking turns to lead offensive and defensive efforts, using all kinds of fantastical flying vehicles. Players can also join the fight from the ground with mechs and use the anti-air artillery to fight airborne threats or initiate ground-based aerial attacks depending on the map and strategy that they want to use. Players will be able to customize their airships, choose between 5 different classes, and create their own quests. A closed beta will be arriving in the first half of 2018, so really not even that far away. They must have been working on this for quite a while now. They must have a big studio.
Can't jump over a fence in PUBG.
Yeah, now we know.
Talk about poor mismanagement.
Why would you need to jump over a fence when you've got 2.5 million people playing concurrently? Who gives a shit? like clearly they don't care. They don't need to jump over fences.
Though.
No, they're not. They just keep going up and up, man. They just keep going higher and higher.
They've been dropping every time I've looked at it.
No, last time I checked, it's in the 2 millions now, which is the highest
it's been in 2 millions.
Well, it started like 2.1. Now it's up towards like 2.5 million concurrent. As far as I know, it just keeps climbing. As far as I know.
I'll have to go look at it again because everything I knew, it was dropping in players.
And that doesn't even include the Xbox One preview program that's coming in December.
Right.
So, I don't know, man. I don't think that game is dying anytime soon. But
I'm gonna say it's dying, but
Air coming in closed beta next year, first half of next year. Keep an eye on that one. Not me, but you guys can, because I don't do MMORPGs. I can't.
I will probably play it.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
Give it a shot. If it was free to play, maybe I would just like jump in there and see what it's all about.
I mean, if I buy it, it's gonna be on PC, so you'll have access to it. So that'll definitely be like one of your Friday games.
Yeah, if it's pay to play, like a monthly fee, that's like, God, I wouldn't even do Final Fantasy 14 for that reason. Even with them having a free version of Final Fantasy 14 that I can now jump into and get a whole bunch of stuff done before I hit the level cap, I still won't do it because I know I don't have the time. It's just, I'd rather try and focus on all the other games I have to play than play one game for the rest of eternity.
Yeah,
because that's what an MMORPG would be.
Get into World of Warcraft. You know, all of our friends played World of Warcraft for the longest time, and I was never able to jump in because I was like, I can't.
Kelly in the chat says, Fortnite plays much better than PUBG. Feels more natural, and controls are smoother, and crossplay is a godsend. It just plays different. I don't know if it plays better.
Right, like the thing is that there's still a charm that PUBG has to it that keeps me wanting to play it.
Yeah.
You know, there are times where I'll go in and I'm like, Fortnite is so much more polished for this reason, but at the same time, I want to play PUBG for a specific thing. Like there's something about either the grittiness about it that I do like. Fortnite is definitely much more arcadey. You know, you can jump around like a freaking animal. You goddamn kangaroo in that game.
Jump around. Well, anyway, let's look at the poll results for what you guys think is the most likely to happen of those 4 rumors earlier. And you guys overwhelmingly voted for Devil May Cry 5, 70% of the room, and then 1 vote each for Soul Calibur 6, Pokemon Switch in 2018, and Metroid Prime 4 being developed by Bandai Namco. I always get mixed up there.
I always want to say Namco Bandai.
Yeah. Bandai Namco.
A lot of people call it
yeah, because people call it Bamco.
Okay.
Bandai Namco, Bamco. Poll has ended. Thank you, Kelly, for being so great about that. Even while you're sick. That's how committed Kelly is, guys. That she's laying in bed sick right now and still controlling the show in the background.
Look at me. I make this show now.
Yes, Kelly does make this show, let's be honest. All right, moving on. Let's get to our first trailer of the week. We actually have 2 trailers of the week this week. I keep thinking the bear's moving over there.
Dude, I don't know what he's
hold
doing.
on.
I've never seen him do that.
Free cam. Guys, this is what we see over there. It's just a bear, right? What you can't see is that Bogey is underneath of that. Hey, Bogey. So it keeps moving and looking at us. And I'm like, what the hell is going on over there? The bear just like is moving.
I've never seen him do that because he always lays on top of it, like over its leg or something like that. Like this is the first time where I've seen him lay behind it, and he's just like constantly making the bear move like it's haunted.
Bogey is moving the bear like it's haunted right now, and just freaking the shit out of me.
I love it.
All right, I just wanted you guys to see that.
That was the greatest.
All right, let's get into reaction mode here. We're going to do another trailer for The Shape of Water, guys. Another Red Band trailer. So if you guys are sensitive to Red Band, you might want to leave. Let's zoom in. A little further.
Why is there a fox head?
What does the fox say?
Wait, Derek, is that a serious statement? Does Derek not know?
I'm sure he does. Did you not see Mike's lip sync challenge? Where he wore the fox head?
I was the fox.
So is that like a part of our costume chest now?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why I was going to bring it home for Dan to play with. I was like, she's going to break this. It's going to be much better being on the show.
Wow, Derek did miss your lip sync challenge. It's on our YouTube, Derek. Go check it out. Mike did What Does the Fox Say? And the mask did come into play. All right, let's refresh Elgato first, because it does seem like there's a little bit more of a lag than usual. Hold on one sec, guys. Gonna go black and then come back. Gonna go black and then come back. That's a little
What?
better. Yeah. It's a little better. It was like a little bit of lag, a little more lag than I'm used to seeing there, so I felt like I needed a refresh. All right, let's introduce this for YouTube. Welcome, level uppers, to another live reaction time. We're going to watch another trailer. This is our second time for The Shape of Water, Guillermo del
Bring
Toro's
it back!
next movie, getting amazing reviews in the early screenings, getting a lot of comparisons in Nature to Pan's Labyrinth, which is one of my favorite movies. I love Guillermo del Toro when he does passion pieces like this, and that's why I want to bring as much attention as possible to this movie, because a lot of people don't even know about it. So that's why we're doing a second trailer reaction. I haven't watched this one yet, though. It's a second Red Band trailer. Let's take a look at it right now.
Have you watched this yet?
I have not watched this.
You clean that lab, you get out. She deaf?
Mute, sir. She can hear you.
The thing we keep in there is an affront. And I should know, I dragged it all the way here.
What? Okay, like his hand. I thought he like was dead.
What went on in here?
It was you that found my fingers. There was mustard on them.
The Soviets want it. We know that much.
We need to take it apart, learn how it works.
What happened?
It's an animal, just keeping it tame.
I can either save him or let him die.
Don't do this, Eliza. Don't do this.
I'm gonna be synchronizing our watches just like they do in the movies.
Oh, woman, we gonna burn in hell.
The asset. Do you have it?
Sure, I'm getting it back.
Our concern is the Russians.
Michael Shannon
this
is so
mess.
intimidating.
Delivered, right? Right?
We didn't see nothing.
What am I doing? Interviewing the shit cleaners.
He's a wild creature. We can't ask him to be anything else.
You were speaking Russian, Bob! Where is it? Sit down!
Finish the job, son.
Eliza, honey, he's coming for you.
Yeah, man, that looks damn good.
What I love about this too is that it looks. I'm very into this, but it looks far less. It looks like it has a far smaller budget than any of his other films that he's done.
Whenever he does these passion
And I
projects, they
love
do.
it.
It's not like Pacific Rim, you know, or
Right, where
he's able to
it's
just
just
go
like-
wild.
Right.
Which is also cool when he gets that opportunity to just go nuts. But I love when he just kind of restricts himself and goes all in on creature effects. All, you know, real prosthetics, nothing really CGI there except maybe the eyes and stuff like that. And that's, you know, why he can do it for a low budget, because he is so great when it comes to creature effects. Once again, getting Doug Jones, from your boogies over there digging into the chair, getting Doug Jones back,
Right.
who was a creature very similar looking to this one in Hellboy. He was also the very, very disturbing creature from Pan's Labyrinth that
Yeah.
had the eyeballs for hands and would go like that for the eyeballs.
Loved it.
He always gets Doug Jones, because Doug Jones is, I'm trying to think of the word for it, the people that can twist and contortionists.
Contortionists.
Yeah, can twist and contort their bodies in bizarre ways. That's Doug Jones. He can do crazy things, and he always does. He brings something to these roles whenever he is put in this makeup and prosthetics. I feel for the guy because I can't even imagine how long he has to sit there to get into that costume, that suit, whatever you want to call it. Like,
just
it's
for
got to be
face
crazy.
makeup, I know some people sit in the chair for 2 hours, so I can't imagine.
Right, like Mystique, for instance, Jennifer Lawrence started saying like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
It, like, for one thing, it's like poisoning me, and then on top of that, sitting in a chair for 8 hours, and I doubt that's as much as what's going on here for Doug Jones. So that's commitment. But Michael Shannon too. We talked about him earlier. Anytime he plays a villainous role, oh man, like I get chills. The guy is so intimidating.
I feel like the only problem with him is, I mean, he can only play an intimidating actor.
Do you think so?
I feel like, yeah, I feel like to me at least, I can't see him in anything. Like, if he's good, he's up to something. Like, all right, I see you smiling, but there's a reason. You have a knife behind your back or something.
I'm trying to think of a role where he wasn't.
You can't.
Revolutionary Road, he wasn't like over the top, like villainous, but he was creepy in that. Bug, he was super creepy in. Obviously, Man of Steel, he was a great villain in that. What is a role where he wasn't a villain?
Good luck.
Chat, let us know. Is there a role where Michael Shannon was not a villain? I got it. Back to the Future.
No, he was still an asshole in that one.
He was the nice kid. Wasn't he? Was that, am I thinking of the right movie? The one with the dance. Was that Back to the Future? Or am I thinking of Groundhog Day? I know you're thinking of Groundhog Day. It's the one where he is with his fiance and he's like super like sweet, like nice young kid. What movie is that? A lot of people don't even realize that's Michael Shannon, but that's Michael Shannon in that role. It's one of his youngest performances. But he plays like a total nice
He probably
kid.
beats her behind the scenes or something. Like, there's something going on. In every single thing, there's always a way to track him back to being this jerk. Like, he is just one of those people that I can't see being completely nice overall.
He was nice in Take Shelter, 8 Mile, Nocturnal Animals. I haven't seen Nocturnal Animals yet. It was Groundhog Day, I'm right? Yeah, Groundhog Day. He plays like the nice young man at the dance that thanks
Telling you,
Bill
dude,
Murray's
he
character.
went and he beat the heck out of that woman when he took her home. So he was still mean in that.
This took a turn, man.
I'm just saying.
Well, either way, everybody, if that didn't intrigue you, I don't know what's up with you. Because I think that looks amazing. I can't wait to see this movie.
Really looking forward to that.
My kind of movie. I love Guillermo del Toro. So that is The Shape of Water. If you guys like this video here on youtube.com/The Level Up Network, hit that like button, but also make sure to hit that sub button, turn on the bell, make sure you get notifications whenever we upload new videos. If you want to catch these live reactions, you got to go to twitch.tv/The Level Up Show and follow us there. Once again, turn on those notifications so you get alerts. And we'll catch you next time. Until then, take care. And as always, don't forget to level up. All right.
Do you rent out your basement as an oven when we're not filming the show? Why the fuck is it so hot down
I'm
there
actually
all the
okay
time?
now that I took off my hoodie. I'm not hot at all right now. Maybe take off the jacket. What do you got under there, Mike? Just a bunch of chest hair?
Bunch of chest
really?
hair.
That's your shirt right now? No. Okay, I was gonna say.
That's ballsy.
I was like, what, there's nothing under that? Jeez. All right.
Go like this.
Bill effing Murray.
Oh my god.
I thought that was Groundhog Day. All right, so we're going to do the first giveaway. Do I have it still in there? All right, so guys, let me play the video for it. This is for a game called Whoppo.
I was debating if I wanted to take this for myself. I don't think I would give it enough attention.
Let's put this up on the big screen for you guys to see. This game called Whoppo. We're going to give it away to you guys. Put it in there. Whoppo. Whoppo. Let me copy an image real
do
quick.
voices like that for all these type of titles from now on.
And guys, so our giveaways are also through the Steam Labs extension. Through the Steam Lab extension. So just make sure to be active in there, and you'll be able to take part. And it'll do like a wheel spin. It's kind of cool actually. There's a wheel spin that it does, and you guys will be able to. Is that right? Yep. There we go. I'm about to put it in right now. Where is it? I lost track of it. There it is over there. Boom. All right, starting giveaway. There you go. So
how much XP is it?
To get in the giveaway? No,
Yeah.
no,
It's
nothing.
not
You can get in for no XP at all. I think they'll probably offer that option in the future. But right now, it is free to everybody. Anybody can get in on the giveaway without using their XP. We'll probably make it having a small XP cost in the future, just so somebody can't come in like a nobody that hasn't, been a part of our channel
Right,
for a
and
long
just
time
take it.
and just take it. We do want to give it, away to somebody that, at least watched this episode, and hopefully past episodes as well. Let me make sure that worked. I'm going to open up Twitch myself just to look. Let's see. And, yep, the giveaway is active. Cool. And it has the image and everything. That's pretty cool. So 5 entries so far. And what's really cool about it, I'm going to give you guys another, I want to see it happen, and make sure everything goes correctly. But what's really cool is it actually does like a Price is Right wheel spin
Oh, really?
for the giveaway. So we'll give you guys another 15 seconds here before we do the giveaway. We got 5 entries so far. I know there's more people watching from web browser right now. Wuppo on Steam. It's actually a really cool looking game, guys.
It got really good reviews too, which is why I was debating.
Let me
taking it
actually
first.
go back to our normal screen too before I... There we go, back to normal. All right, guys, I'm going to end it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close the giveaway. All right, that's cool. See how it has like all the names there?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's about to spin. There it goes. And the winner of Wuppo on Steam is Kelly Jellyfish.
There we go.
There you go. Hope that makes you feel better, Kelly. I will send you the code for Wuppo on Steam. Rigged. She deserves it. All right. So that is the way giveaways are going to work moving
I like
forward.
that. I like how it shows like the room, the roulette.
Yeah,
thing.
it just
That was
gives a
kinda
little
cool.
more polish and presentation to everything we do. That's one of the things I do like about Streamlabs. And what's even crazier is they're still in beta with this whole thing. Like they just
Right.
released this thing like a month and a half ago, so it's only going to get better and better as time goes on. This is the early stages of this extension. I'm really excited to see what they do with it as time goes on. All right, let's get back into the little level update here. We'll skip that commercial since we're a little behind.
Do it.
Next up in the level update is Phil Spencer finally starting to build up first-party studios for Microsoft and Xbox.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you can look at it from an existential point of view. You know, he's kind of coming in and doing the best he could. And...
IGN writes, Microsoft will invest more in software and services in the near future with a view to make more first-party games, according to Xbox chief Phil Spencer. He said, quote, "We need to grow, and I look forward to doing that. Our ability to go create content has to be one of our strengths. We haven't always invested at the same level. We've gone through ups and downs in the investment. That renewed focus on games made in-house, presumably to fill out Xbox Ones, will come through either buying or creating new development studios, according to Spencer. Shannon Loftus, who Microsoft has charged with heading up Microsoft's first-party publishing, only recently spoke of her desire for more Xbox One exclusives, although. And then also in the longer term, Spencer says that Microsoft will probably introduce a game streaming service that doesn't require a console in the next 3 years. It will be powered by the Azure cloud servers that Microsoft uses for many of its services, making the process both cheaper and at a better quality level than was possible with previous attempts. We've got Crackdown 3 on screen right now because that is one of the only first-party games I can think of in the near future for Microsoft.
Don't worry. That's it.
I'm still taking like a wait-and-see approach here.
Right.
Like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Sure, guys.
That being said, I totally want it to be true. Like, I want them to build first-party studios. I want to see them really build that out. I would prefer they do that as opposed to just buying up other studios. I would prefer they try and actually build first-party studios, as Sony has done so much in the past. But, you know, either way, it's a move in the right direction. So I hope they do follow through with that. I think it's pretty cool that my prediction, I've said this many times about predictions, although I didn't think it would happen this soon, that we would get to a stage pretty soon where you wouldn't need a console to play games,
we all saw
that there would be an Xbox app. And you just download the app and stream
That's what I was saying.
games to
Remember
your
what-
TV.
that's what
All
I
you need is a controller and a TV.
Right, and that's what I was saying. That's why they started pushing this, unified system, as the Xbox was a service platform, which is why you can play it on the PC and stuff like that. They're trying to come to the same unified space. It's not as much of a console as it is a way to play.
Right. Yeah, so all good news, if you believe it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is, like, will it happen? Do we know if Crackdown's going to be crossplay on PC
I have no idea.
and Xbox One? If it is, I'm absolutely getting that. If not, there's part of me that's like, do I contemplate getting an Xbox One?
I
can't
I
justify
have
it,
no interest in Crackdown 3.
I love it. I played the
Yeah, I know you
shit
do, yeah.
out of 1 and 2. But I don't know. I'm hoping that it is. That said, on to other scary big suit news. EA acquires Titanfall studio Respawn Entertainment and Gadget Rights, despite Respawn continuing to support its fantastic mech shooter Titanfall 2 with new content nearly every month. After releasing it a year ago, the game's player base has dwindled. In a recent interview, the studio CEO noted that the game's lower than expected sales were due to holiday release window crowded with huge AAA games like Battlefield 1. He said the game would likely wouldn't have any more big content releases coming after August, leaving the future uncertain, but only for the game. EA, which had published the studio's 2 previous Titanfall games, just announced that it has acquired Respawn in a deal valued at over $400 million. Jesus.
Yeah.
The press release points out that Respawn already has a few projects underway in partnership with EA. One, a third-person Star Wars game, was announced in May of 2016. This comes in stark relief just weeks after the publisher shut down the studio Visceral, which had been working on a Star Wars game for years in a long, tortured development process. Respawn is also developing a VR experience and another title in the Titanfall universe, though the press release didn't elaborate whether that would be the long-awaited Titanfall 3 or a mobile game.
See, the visceral thing is the whole other side of this, right?
Mm-hmm. Which we didn't put in here. But
yeah, I mean, we can just talk about it. Like, the question is that why they shut down Visceral? Because they wanted to get Respawn before somebody else did?
Right, absolutely.
Because somebody else was going for Respawn, from what we've read. I think it was Patrick Schreier, right?
So I'm going to read Jason
I'm mixing
Schreier.
up Jason Schreier with Patrick Klepek.
Jason Schreier tweeted out on the 9th, which is Thursday, I think it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, sequence of events. Nexon, another publisher, makes an offer for Respawn per documentation sent to Kotaku. Then EA has first right of refusal per documentation and can make an offer because they publish their games. EA then shuts down Visceral Games and then announces that it has bought Respawn. So that's part one. So that's troubling in its own.
Yeah. So
basically, what they did was they opened up funds.
Sure. Yeah.
They basically made it so that they could open up funds to buy Respawn. Now, I'm going to go, there's more to this. They said, how do you feel about, someone commented saying, how do you feel about the thought that EA pushed Titanfall 2 out at a bad time in order to lower the price of Respawn? Jason Schreier, I think that would be a devious thing. Respond, so then yes, Jason Schreier, no comment.
Right.
Then, I'm not sure what the correlation is supposed to be here. Jason Schreier, it's a timeline. I can't say definitely if Visceral's demise is linked to Respawn's acquisition, but the timeline says a lot. So here's my thing. EA is the epitome of evil corporation at this point. What sucks
from
is,
Mr. Robot?
Huh?
From
yes,
Mr. Robot?
Pretty much. What sucks about it is I was always under the impression for the last 5-6 years from the time that Weston Zampella left Activision to go form Respawn and then worked under EA, that Activision had secured its spot at the top, and EA basically was like, "Wait, what? We're not the low dog anymore in the totem pole. What's this? Who? What did they do to Kojima? Oh wait, hold on. Hold my wallet. Let's see what we can fuck up here."
Yeah.
So my concern with this is that EA, being as intelligent as they are, unfortunately, they intentionally set up two studios to fuck themselves so that they could A, release the funds without having to pay out Visceral, as well as lower the price of a studio so they can acquire it cheaper. They knew that Weston Zampella had talent that they could bring with them, and they wanted them. They wanted them back after they left.
Here's my argument, though. I'm not sure if they're evil or incompetent, because evil would imply that these evil things they're doing are working for them, They're not.
But they are. But that's the
They're
thing.
not, though. They're closing down studios. Their games aren't selling well. Titanfall 2 did terribly when it comes to sales. Reviewed very well, but did terribly when it comes to reviews. They lost Amy Hennig's Star Wars game and had to expand it to something else. Like, it doesn't seem like their things are working for them. So
But-
maybe they're just incompetent.
No, but they are making money. They are making boatloads and boatloads and boatloads of money. Why would you care about a studio releasing a game that costs $60 million that might make, if you're lucky, $70 to $80 million when FIFA is just printing, bleeding, pissing, shitting,
that's a whole other thing.
and
Like,
farting money.
those are always going
consistently.
to do well. Madden's always going to
Right,
do well. FIFA's
but
always
they don't
going to
have
do
to
well.
care anymore.
Yeah.
So if they could take a studio like Respawn and put loot boxes in it, and then do the same thing again, like they're doing with Battlefront and everything else. Why would they not do that? What? How much money are you going to make from a Star Wars 1313 type game that Visceral was trying to make? Whatever the money you make from actually releasing that game, that's it. So if you can get a company like Respawn under your wing, control their money-making abilities, and put these loot boxes in there, and consistently just now just print money. That is evil. That is not incompetent. That is evil.
Maybe a little bit of both. I don't know. I feel like when it comes to anything that's not like FIFA, Madden, like just sells no matter what, they're not doing that well. I feel like they've been making poor decisions over and over again. As somebody said in the chat, releasing Titanfall 2 right next to Battlefield, and worst part of it all is they were both EA games. Like, what the hell are you thinking? Like, what? You just sent that out to die. I just don't even understand
Again,
it.
intentionally. That's my fear, and that's honestly, I'm leaning more towards
Why
that.
would they intentionally try and destroy Titanfall 2?
Corporate value. That value of Respawn Entertainment dropped because of that. So while they're making enough money to stay afloat and be perceived as valuable for their acquisition at a later date, at the time when that game released, it was seen as they could, let's say, Battlefield 1. All right, let's release Battlefield 1 mid to end November, and let's release Titanfall 2 early October. Okay? Great. Respawn value? Pretty decently high. Not the highest by any means, but pretty decently high. Titanfall 2 is a very, very, very good game that just didn't sell well. That's its only problem. Battlefield is definitely going to be better, but now with releasing Battlefield 1, a week later, Battlefield 1 is still up here, but because it was so close, Respawn's value is now down here. It's not dead, but it's definitely not where
I get where
it
you're
could
going with this, but call me a glass half full guy, but I just feel like it's a little too conspiracy theorist to me. Like, I just can't.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know, man. It just seems a little too.
Business does
evil.
crazy things.
I don't
to
know,
people.
man. That seems a little too much
promise
for
you.
me. All right. Anyway, we got one more story in this level update here. Could Nintendo be porting another Zelda to the Switch? Grezzo, who was responsible for Majora's Mask 3D and Ocarina of Time 3D on the 3DS, supposedly is bringing new talent into their studio. They put out a listing for programmer positions asking if they'd like to make, quote, a legend. I mean, if that's all you need, like, come on, it's obvious. So they're doing something with Legend of Zelda, very likely. The question is, what are they doing? What do we want them to be doing? We're going to put a poll in the chat. Kelly is, at least. Which Zelda do you think is being remade for the Switch? Is it Skyward Sword? Is it A Link Between Worlds? Is it A Link to the Past? Link's Awakening? Or I don't think a Zelda is being made for the Switch at all. What do you want it to be, Mike? What would you like to see
I
come
would
to the
love
Switch?
for them to reboot Zelda.
Reboot Zelda. What the hell are you even talking about right now?
Not like reboot it, like, but just take the original Zelda and just remake it in the way that Breath of the Wild was.
Oh, see, if I were to go that route, I would want them to do Link to the Past. If we're going like that far back, Link to the Past is the best of the retro Zelda games, in my opinion.
But so here's the thing: is I think they want to. They're with the Switch trying to again court this new audience. Mario Odyssey is doing it by kind of trying to reinvent itself. Mario Kart is definitely doing it with its very, very, very ease of use type control schemes, where you can do like the automated. It drives for you itself. It does everything for you essentially. So I think they're trying to bring in this younger generation. Is A Link to the Past the game to bring people into Zelda for the first time?
Maybe not for the first time, but
that's the thing that you have to,
I
like,
think
you have to think about.
that there is a fan base though that would come back.
It doesn't mean anything.
Maybe
because
some
they will
people don't
definitely-
like the direction Zelda took, and they're like, "Oh, A Link to the Past, that's my game. Like that's like my childhood there." So I don't know. I think they could kind of cater to the Skyward Sword guys, and then also cater to the really old school retro guys as well, by remaking something like A Link to the Past, or A Link to the Past. I'm going to vote for Skyward Sword. I think that's the most likely. If we're going with
which one is the first one? I can't remember.
What is the first one?
It's just Legend of Zelda, right?
Yeah, Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
As far as what we have here, we got Skyward Sword, Link Between Worlds, Link to the Past, and Link's Awakening. Another great one. That was a Game Boy, original Game Boy.
More people than I thought are voting for not being remade.
I think it's definitely something going on here. I mean, come on, Grezzo, the guys that did Majora's Mask 3D and did Ocarina of Time 3D, and they are recruiting people to make a Legend on the Switch. Like, I mean, I feel like it's pretty cut and dry. They've got to be doing a Legend of Zelda game, right?
There's no way. I mean, it's not like they're doing Star Fox. No, that's
right?
not happening.
But as far as right now, you guys are primarily voting for A Link to the Past, and I don't think Zelda is being remade. None of them.
It's not Link to the Past. Screw it.
Yeah, maybe people want A Link to the Past. People are like me; they love that. Is my favorite prior to them going 3D, if we're going that far back. But we're actually, I'll talk about Zelda a little bit more soon in our on the spot question. Actually, this week I'll be talking a little bit more about Zelda and regrets that I have. But anyway,
regrets.
That is the level updates. Guys, we're going to do another trailer reaction here. What the hell was that?
Did you turn on song requests again?
I must have. Apologies, everybody. That was probably over here. Somebody put on Davichi, whatever that song is. I think it's the Rick Roll version of it. It is the Rick Roll version of it. Cyphers tried to Rick Roll us, but I got you in time, Cyphers. All right. As I was going to say, we're about to get to a trailer of the week. Is there something else going on?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Oh, it's music. It's the trailer. I want to react
again?
to. Here's the thing. I never actually watched it.
Oh, really?
I saw maybe like half of it without volume. I was at work, and I've seen a lot of people on our YouTube watching the Last of Us reaction. They're like, "Where's the Detroit Become Human reaction?" So I feel like we should do it.
Okay, let's do it.
It's only 3 minutes long. I feel like we should do a reaction to this video. Hold on a sec. Let me go into reaction mode here.
The one part, like, I mean, I'm glad they recouped from it pretty quickly, but the one part gets me. Like, every time I'm just like, oh, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, I know that it takes some somber turns, but I didn't really get to witness those somber turns. All right. There's no music playing right now, guys, right? I paused it, I believe. Let me make sure.
Yeah, can we turn
it's paused.
This off?
As long as it's paused, it won't start.
Okay.
It has to be on autoplay. Right now it's paused. All right, let's introduce this here. Also, guys, we're getting close to our questionnaire part of the show. So ask questions now using Streamlabs extension. It's 50 XP to ask us a question that will be featured in the questionnaire segment. Welcome, Level Uppers, to another live reaction time. You guys spoke on our YouTube specifically that you wanted to see a reaction for Detroit Become Human because we did The Last of Us. We actually had Kelly and Joe here as the only ones that hadn't seen it yet.
Right.
And it was cool to see their reaction on it. You've watched this entire trailer already.
Yeah, a few times, actually.
A few times. Here's the thing. I actually haven't. I've seen probably about a minute of it, like, in parts, because I was watching it at work. Because that was the problem with Paris Games Week is we couldn't do our reactions to it because we were at work. So I had it on the side, and I saw glimpses of it without volume.
Right, okay.
And I know that it's like dark and depressing in a similar way to The Last of Us, but also a different way than The Last of Us.
Yeah.
So let's react to this. People want to see and hear what we have to say about this. All right, so here is the trailer for Detroit Become Human from Paris Games Week.
You've been gone for 2 weeks, so the place is a mess. You do the housework, the washing, you cook the meals. That's Alice. You look after her. Homework, bath, all that crap. Got it?
Right away, Todd. Aren't you going to school today? I'm sure we used to be friends before I was reset. Maybe we can be friends again.
You shouldn't mess around with my stuff. It makes me nervous.
I'm
you sorry, daughter?
What are you looking at? Maybe you think this is easy. Maybe you think it's my fault your fucking mother took off. Fucking whore walked out on me for a fucking account.
It was a little heavy.
You stay there. Don't you dare fucking move. Alice! Daddy's very mad. It's all over now. Daddy isn't angry anymore.
What the hell?
Daddy loves you. This is all your fault!
He's coming. He's gonna hurt me. Run! Get away, or he's gonna break you like last time. You're coming with me. That's enough! I want you to leave Alice alone.
She's mine. I do what I want with her!
Kara!
Come back here!
Watch out, Kara!
I'll say one thing. I hope that you really have to mess up for that little girl to die. I feel like that's like worst case scenario. You like really have to mess up for that to happen. That's
Rough,
extreme. Yeah, that is extreme. That's I can see why people are talking about it.
Right.
It's interesting because I
can tell you're still not into it.
It's cool that games are getting to this point, right? That we're tackling this kind of subject matter. I'm just concerned. I didn't feel like the writing was very good in there. It felt very stilted, very just not natural to me. And that's one of the problems I've always had with David Cage is I feel maybe it's the language barrier. I don't know what it is, but I feel like as a writer, he's not the best. I feel like in his mind, he's got these ideas that he's just not able to put to paper sometimes. That being said, I like that he's going there, that he's going for it. I just hope that he can handle it in such a way that it's not cheesy. And that sounds. I hope that doesn't sound bad because considering the subject matter, it's very delicate. But I feel like it's a kind of a little over the top. Even do you kind of know what I mean?
I guess. See, I feel differently because I just don't care. I'll put it this way. I know for a fact I am getting this game either on release day or right around release day. I'm streaming this. I am going to love it. I loved Heavy Rain, and
I liked Heavy Rain a lot too.
Looks like it's going to evoke the same or very similar type of emotions from me when I play this, to where I'm looking forward to playing it. And I don't replay games ever, so for me to say that I'm looking forward to replaying these scenes in different ways to see what would happen,
yeah, that's awesome.
Say a lot.
It really, with every trailer they've had so far showing how many paths are there, it seems like they've taken the Heavy Rain formula and put it on steroids. Like it's really taking branching paths to a whole new level, more than Until Dawn did, more than Heavy Rain did back 6 years ago or whatever it was at this point. That's awesome. I just hope once again, since all the trailers are these kind of little vignettes,
we've talked about this before. I hope
he's able to connect it all in a way that matters. If these are all just like, hey, we're going to jump here and this was 5 years ago. Hey, we're going to jump over here and this was 1 year ago. That was a problem with Beyond Two Souls too. And one of the reasons that on the re-release he allowed people to play it in chronological order, because having people jump around all over the place made it not cohesive and caused people to disconnect. The same exact thing could happen here, where people are going to disconnect because it's just, oh, here's a 30-minute scene and then we're going to jump over to this character, and here's a 30-minute scene and then we're going to jump back over this character and then we're going to jump forward and back in time. Clearly this is much earlier when Kara was the android belonging to this person and before she went on a revolt potentially. So that's one of my concerns. I just hope that he's able to find a way to connect it all in a meaningful way. It is a cool trailer, and it's very cool that we are at this point where something like The Last of Us is touching on what it did this year and really pushing buttons, I guess you could say. And this also, I think, pushed some buttons because not everybody wants to play a game like this. I remember even with when I did What Remains of Edith Finch, there were people in the chat was like, I wish I didn't watch you play that. Like, this is not what I want from gaming. I don't want a game to make me sad and like make me depressed. And I mean,
and I get that
scene can clearly go a certain route.
Here's my thing: is I understand that might not be your thing.
Right.
My issue with that is okay, but do you lobby against certain movies being made, certain books being made, certain comics being made? I get it might not be for you, but and I'll disclaim that I'm putting it on there. But you know, it's not that it shouldn't be made. It might not be your thing, and I get that. That's completely fine. And honestly, if I stream that and my numbers are lower than it would be some other nights because of that, I'm okay with that. You know, but I am definitely looking forward to that because I think it's a very interesting take on not only games but stories like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm really happy that it's being made. At the least, no matter what happens, even if it gets reviews like Beyond Two Souls, I'm happy that David Cage is around. I'm happy that Sony and PlayStation are willing to take risks with what he wants to do because it is very different than what other people are doing and the stories that other people are trying to tell, and that's great. It's great for the medium as a whole that somebody like David Cage exists. So just have to keep an eye on it. I'm not like you. I'm not going to buy it on launch no matter what. That's definitely not me. But if it does even get like an 8, I think that's enough for me to be like,
I shouldn't
okay,
say
yeah,
right. And that's sensationalism. You know, at its finest, but it's me.
Yeah.
You know, do you really expect anything different? But you know, unless this game like gets reviews in like the 6s or below, I'm almost definitely buying this game.
Thank you to followers that just came in, guys. Thank you so much for watching this reaction time on YouTube as well at youtube.com/thelevelupnetwork. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Also hit that sub button if you want to catch our future content. Make sure to hit that little bell so you get notifications when new videos are uploaded. If you want to see these live, it is on twitch.tv/thelevelupshow. We do reaction every single week. So go there, hit that follow button, turn on notifications, make sure you get those alerts. And we'll catch you next time. Until then, take care, and as always, don't forget to level up. It's 30s here. It was 20s once already. What are you guys talking about? 30s is our temperature. Yeah, it's really dropping here too. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, what was it, yesterday or the day before? I think it was like 26 or something.
Yeah,
like
something like that. Yeah, it's.
So, I love it.
Oh, really?
I love it. I love it so much.
All right, I'm just trying to make sure we didn't have any polls. Looks like
fat, dude. I have it built in. So to me, like the colder it is, the more comfortable I feel in my natural. To me, here's the thing: you can always add layers, but if it's too hot, you can't take your skin off. So there's a limit to that, whereas there's no limit to when it's cold. You can always add something on.
It's true. I don't disagree with that. All right, moving on. We got those tiny little stories to get through. We got 59 people in the room. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. This is our last segment before we get to our questionnaire part of the show, so you can ask questions through the Streamlabs extension, questions that we will answer. Just go to the redemptions area, hit the ask a question. 50 XP is all costs.
Drew will keep pointing at you until you do it.
And we will answer your question. But first, let's get into those tiny little stories and what we call here the Rapid Fire News Roundup.
A little bit disjointed, but you've done better.
Okay, I tried.
Good job. I respect
the effort's there. First up, CD Projekt Red will return to the Witcher universe, but not with Witcher 4. So, CD Projekt CEO Adam Kaczynski explained that while the company sees Geralt's Witcher trilogy as definitively finished, the company still owns the IP. And Kaczynski says the company will probably return to the world of The Witcher because both fans and investors would be disappointed if it didn't. So, good news for all you Witcher fans out there. I still need to actually play the third game all the way through. I'm only like 12 hours in.
I want to. I keep wanting to get it for PC just because I know that that's one of the games that pushes it on there.
Yeah.
I have a strong feeling I would never get anywhere close to halfway.
Speaking of pushing The Witcher 3, did you guys hear that the Xbox One X version, before it was patched, the unpatched version, actually has a variable frame rate allowing you to get to 60 frames per second, something people always wanted for The Witcher. So if you have the unpatched version of The Witcher 3 on Xbox One X, you can get those 60 frames per second. Moving on, PlayStation VR Skyrim bundle has been announced, and it's only going to cost you $450. That includes the headset, that includes the camera, that includes both Move controllers, and it includes Skyrim VR. Not bad.
It's not bad at all, and I'm really... It's taking a lot for me to ignore all of the VR deals that are coming up for this holiday.
I think I remember seeing a $200 headset alone, no nothing with it, but a
For
$200 headset
PlayStation
alone
VR?
for PlayStation
I think
VR.
So. I think so.
That
Or
is
if not
good.
like even $250, but even still, that's fine.
That's tempting,
But
man.
$300 for Oculus is definitely something that I'm looking at.
Where did you see that at?
I can't remember where. I have to look at it again, but I'm almost certain I saw $300 for Oculus, and I'm like,
Yeah,
that's something
man.
that might
We're
be
getting there.
worth
We're finally
reinvesting.
getting there. I think if they can get sub 200 on these VR headsets, you're going to see a lot of people jumping on. Especially considering what we saw at Paris Games Week for PlayStation VR. On screen right now with the sizzle reel, they announced a lot of stuff for
there's,
VR
what,
there.
7 or 8 games, I think?
At least 7 or 8 games. And some of them full featured games, not just like these little mini tech demos or this or that. Moss. Definitely one of the ones everybody's talking about on screen right now.
Yeah.
A lot of people talking about Moss. So Sony's trying. I'll give them that. They're not giving up on it.
Yeah, they're definitely giving it a lot more attention than they did with like Move.
Yeah.
Or anything like that.
Moving on. The video game voice actor strike is finally over.
Thought it's been over for a couple weeks now.
It was recent. I think it was actually like this week that it officially ended.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought I remember it being done with about roughly a month ago or so at this point.
Maybe they were like in the final negotiations,
Yeah,
right?
like
So somebody like Chloe Price from Life is Strange. I'm trying to think of her name who plays her though.
We had to give a BS reason of not doing the voice again
in the next episode,
right,
or whatever they're going to do. But yeah, they changed voices of Chloe Price on Life is Strange Before the Storm because the voice actress was sticking to her voice actor strike and didn't want to upset the guild, whatever you want to call it. But there's a maybe there's potential for her to come back now. Aloy, for instance, in Horizon, these, all these things like this. It's over. We don't have to worry about these voice actors getting compromised. And I honestly was concerned for some of them. I was concerned that these smaller voice actors were going to come in and take their spot. There's nothing wrong with that. It was kind of cool in a way to give other people an opportunity to step up and take over. But at the same time, I was worried that these big voice actors were underestimating
how long it was going to be.
How long it was going to be, and also that they don't matter that much.
Well, right, that's the other thing is that, like, I feel like a lot of these voice actors, like, don't get me wrong, I love your stuff, and I will gladly get a game with Troy Baker in it and enjoy it. But if there's a game released and Troy Baker's not in it, there's a lot of times where I just don't realize. Like, there are times where I don't even realize that Troy Baker is in the game. You know, and he's definitely out of everybody. I think he's my favorite. I like him. I respect his.
I bet it was
a
very, very minimal amount of people that didn't get Before the Storm because Chloe Price's voice changed. Like, I doubt that was much of an issue. It shows that this voice actor that came in as Chloe Price, she might stay as Chloe Price now. Who knows?
That's the other
she
thing
lost that character.
But that always happens with these types of strikes, and that's why I hate, honestly, about unions in a way, is that you are kind of forced to join in on them, and then honestly, you kind of a lot of times hurt yourself. For the greater good of everybody else, you kind of sacrifice yourself. So
we got this might be the final Injustice DLC, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Or it's one of. I think it's one of two.
So new characters revealed per the DLC for Injustice 2, and kind of surprising. We got Enchantress and Atom as the DC characters, but also TMNT coming in here, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Which that is actually a cool thing to me, and it's not weird because it's the comic property, they own it,
right?
So that's fine. It's more so that they're using Enchantress over
and Atom.
Anybody else. Atom's not that bad. I don't really care about that, especially because he's made a resurface in their TV properties and everything like that. But like, where are all these? Rick. I was talking with Rick and even Dean about it. Dean hates the DLC for it. He hasn't even touched
I'm not
any of
surprised.
them. Rick is not too fond of it either, only because you got he was annoyed because you got two Mortal Kombat characters in there. You got Sub-Zero and you got Raiden, which I don't care about, but I do understand the frustration where they should have done those in addition to other ones. Like, I feel like you shouldn't have. Let's say you had a DLC and you're going to get 4 characters. If you do one of the 4 characters is a Mortal Kombat cameo or something like that, that might be fine. But to do it twice, I think is obnoxious. So if anything, they should have done it. One of the 4 is Mortal Kombat the one time. Maybe didn't add the 5th one on for that. But this is only 3 characters.
Yeah.
It says TMNT, but even Dean, knew exactly what I was thinking of. they're probably just going to do skins. You're probably just going to get a reskin version of each turtle. You know, the moves aren't going to change. So like,
probably.
I don't know.
I mean, I've got no horse in this race, but I feel for you guys. It seems like a lot of people are disappointed in the lack of true DC characters coming in there and filling those slots. A lot of guest characters instead. And that's why we do have a poll for you guys that Kelly, I believe, has put into the chat already. And that is, how do you feel about the Injustice 2 DLCs? Awesome. Love the diversity in franchises. 2, it's been mostly good with a few duds. Or C, awful. They're bringing in all the wrong characters. Let's take a look at what you guys have voted for so far. I think Kelly's had that active for a little while now.
That said, I was actually really excited about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle part. I actually might get this DLC standalone just for that, because I think that would be cool.
Since so many people have been telling me this, I'm going to vote for awful. For the people that have told me it's awful. So far, 3 people for awful. They're bringing in all the wrong characters. Now 5 for awful. People switching around, I'm saying. I didn't realize you could change your votes. People went with 2 and then they went to 3 at the end. So 1 for awesome, love the diversity. 5 for awful. They're bringing in all the wrong characters. I feel for you guys, man. I feel for you. All right. And that wraps up. Oh, no, we have one more. We have one more story here. A little short
Minor
one
story.
here.
Whoa.
Nintendo Switch increasing production in 2018. So much so that they're going to be manufacturing 25 to 30 million units.
We'll see.
That's a lot.
We'll see.
Remember, people were going nuts about the fiscal, upgrade with Sony to 21 million?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Nintendo Switch does 30 million units in 2018.
That'd be insane. I will tell you right now,
nuts.
if they can actually produce this, that would be phenomenal for them. But I don't see them actually being able to do that. I don't see them being physically able to produce as much.
No.
They keep saying all the time they're producing more and more and more, and yet we don't see the results of that.
Right.
So we'll see if that actually happens.
What is the chest for? The chest will pop up on screen every 5 to 10 minutes, and if you click it in time, it has 8 seconds on screen, you will get a 5 XP boost every time it pops up on screen. So keep an eye out for those chests, guys. Like to get a little bit extra XP through the stream. Otherwise, if you're just watching, you get 1 XP every 3 minutes is how it works. And we did get, I think, 3 questions. I heard 3 dings over the course of the stream. So we're going to get into On the Spot, which has been revised on how we're going to do On the Spot moving forward. It's no longer just our Discord question.
Wow.
We're going to start off On the Spot every time moving forward with a questionnaire part where you guys ask us questions through the redemption feature on Stream Labels. Looks like I might have to go to the website version though. It's a little too small there. Let's go to the website version.
I was like, it showed up.
It's there, yeah.
Right.
We just got to go to. Oh, wait, it's in dashboard.
Dashboard.
So the first question tonight came from Kelly Jellyfish. How do you feel about franchises creating more content in an established universe without including original settings or characters, i.e. the 4th Star Wars trilogy, the new Witcher game? Personally, I think creators should tell a story and be done.
I think it depends on the property. I think certain games, like, I was fighting this fight over and over again, but the Last of Us 2, I didn't want it. I was like, that story's done. That said, Star Wars is Star Wars, Kelly. It's a great, big, giant universe, and the sooner you accept it, the sooner you will get onto the side that we have been sitting on, which is jubilant. I enjoy it. I am happy that they're doing it. I am glad that it's not always about the same people. That's why I do like that they went with, Rey, and even though they're showing up as cameos and everything like that with Luke, and Leia and, Han, I like that they're telling other stories in other areas on planets that we haven't seen before. And same goes for other properties. That said, things like The Walking Dead with Fear the Walking Dead were just bad. Or it's not that it's bad.
I heard it's improved.
It definitely is improved, but that doesn't mean anything.
That's not really like the question though. Is like she just feels like a story should be done. You let the creator run its course. I don't disagree with that, but I think as long as whatever the spin-off or reboot or whatever is, as long as it's far enough removed from the original that it doesn't affect it, then why would I care? As long as it doesn't ruin the original or retcon things or anything like that, I don't care if they're going to go to other characters and do other things with it. It's fine with me.
Spoilers for M. Night Shyamalan films.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I haven't seen. But, case in point, you had Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, recently, we had, Split. and we had that revelation. Did that need to happen? Absolutely not. Is it amazing that happened? 100%.
I think it's pretty cool. And also
so
cool that
happy
he
about
said
that.
he's playing this from the very beginning.
Right. That's phenomenal to me. Even if he didn't, even if it was like an afterthought of, you know what I could do now? I could do this. I would be okay with that because it's cohesive and it tells a consistent story and it doesn't ruin the integrity of the original property.
Right.
And I think that's where the difference is going to be for me, is that as long as the original property isn't affected because of what you do from then on, case in point being Assassin's Creed, I think that is a perfect example of that.
Yeah. Good question, though. Johnny says, have you seen my tweet? I tagged you in involving Fortnite. It's kind of funny. I actually haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out. Does it actually, like, tweet at Epic Games? Are you trying to promote us? If so, that's good. That's what you should be doing. And Kelly asks, with how far do your ears go? I guess that's in relation to earlier when I said that something about hearing your questions. How far do my ears go? I actually don't think I have the best hearing, if we're talking about that.
About 3 inches.
Kristen would say I have terrible hearing, but it's more that I have selective hearing.
You and I both.
Yes.
I'm on both.
If I am reading something or watching a TV show, the rest of the world just kind
Doesn't
of fades
matter.
away for a moment.
Absolutely.
You have to like really like, hey,
right.
Hey, you got to get me. And I know that's annoying.
Right, no, but I'm the exact same
it's just the way I am.
because I just get laser focused into whatever it is because that gets my undivided attention at that point.
Yeah.
But if you and I are having a conversation about something and somebody else is doing something, I'm going to be the same way. Me and that person have a conversation about something that I'm really into, and you start trying to talk to me, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about because that's more important to me.
Right. Thank you for the questions, Kelly and Johnny. As for our official Discord question, you guys can go there at discord.gg/levelupnetwork. Go to the On the Spot channel and submit your hard-hitting question like this person did. I have no idea what's going to happen because I paused it. Dear the Level Up Show, is there a game series that you regret not playing? And if so, what was the reason? This is a very old question, actually, that we never got to, from T. Elk 1994. That's Tyler Elkins. And I said earlier that I was going to talk about The Legend of Zelda because although I've played a lot of the bigger games in that franchise, like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, and so on, I do feel like I've missed out on so many games in that franchise. I never played pretty much any of the mobile ones, like Phantom, Hourglass, or Spirit Tracks, or really just a Link Between Worlds. I've never played so many of the games in that franchise, and that is one of my regrets. I feel like I missed out on a pretty iconic franchise there.
I'm on the same boat as you, but that wasn't where my mind went to immediately. I do agree, because I never had the Nintendo console to support that. So I've never gotten into Zelda until recently.
Right.
So I absolutely missed out on that. That said, to me, my biggest upset is actually Mass Effect. I don't know. I don't even remember why I missed out on Mass Effect. I think it was because at the time I didn't have the Xbox.
For me, it was Xbox exclusive, so I didn't play it.
Right,
Yeah.
or I can't remember if it was that. I know I had the Xbox, so I think there was something else that came out at the time, and I didn't know if I cared enough. And by the time I did care, Mass Effect 2 was coming out. But then when I was about to get that, I think people told me that I had to play Mass Effect 1. And you know how I am. Once a game's been out for like a year, I probably won't play it.
Yeah.
You know, so like
I missed the boat too. I missed it.
I don't know what it is. But I feel like, I mean, that's just my personal thing. If a game's been out for a while, I'll probably play something newer because I feel like that's more important.
Honestly, I don't regret it though when it comes to Mass Effect for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
I do. I think that's absolutely my type of game. And if I play at the time when it came out, I think going to it now, I would not enjoy it at all. So I'd rather just leave it in my head as something I missed out on. But that's definitely my type of game. A shooter mixed with MMO or mixed with RPG type elements. I mean, why do you think I love Borderlands so much?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So
one for me that I wish I would have played, and I didn't because I got the game from my brother actually on PS3, and then I found out about all the PS3 issues, and I just never got around to play it, is Skyrim. Because I loved Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
You definitely missed out on
so
that a
much.
lot.
I loved Oblivion. And
Get on the Switch. Well, you don't have enough time
at this point, man. I just don't know if I can fit it in, but that's why it's one of my regrets because I feel like I just missed the boat.
You absolutely did,
and I really would have liked to have dived into that world. It did look pretty damn cool. But whenever they announce Elder Scrolls 6, I'm gonna really try to get into that one. Whatever, it's gonna be 6, right? 5 with Skyrim.
6. I don't know when that's coming anymore. I have no guesses at that because I thought it would be this year that they would say something.
My biggest regret, though, ever
I thought you already did that.
in gaming. My biggest regret. Never played Final Fantasy Tactics. Supposedly, it's amazing. It's like one of the best Final Fantasies ever. I'm not the biggest fan of strategy RPGs, but even so, just the amount of praise I hear for that game makes me feel like I really missed out on a classic game within my favorite franchise of all time. You know, bummer. Womp womp. Those are the regrets that come to mind. I'm sure there's a lot more.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more, but none have been as high for me.
Yeah.
That was definitely like the height of mine.
Yeah.
Mass Effect.
Very good question. Thank you, Tyler Elkins. Review guy says, okay, I missed a lot of boats. I regret not playing Skyrim, Final Fantasy, any of them. Oh, man, Johnny.
See, that's a boat that you consistently choose to miss out on because Final Fantasy 15 has come out, what?
Pretty recently.
A year and a half ago?
And every Final Fantasy is separated from the mainline one that came before it. So you can just you can play any Final Fantasy.
So you only have yourself to blame at this point.
Yeah, John. Come on. Thank you for the follow that just came in. That one was from... Who was that? Let's announce this person.
Let's give him attention.
Well, we had a few people. We had Kina Mores, we had Meanie Max, Decibel 702, and that one was from, oh man, Zoe Zantz. I'm sorry, really hard to say your name, but thank you so much for the follow. Keep them coming, guys. Hit that heart button here at twitch.tv/levelupshow. We're going to go to a commercial break. I need to get a drink, and when we come back, we're going to be showing off what we're giving away to our top donators of Extra Life this year. We've got our prize boxes to detail, so hold on tight, Doom Turkey. We'll be back in approximately 90 seconds. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 195. We're 5 away from that big 200.
It's getting crazy.
Getting very close. Gonna have that anniversary episode coming up very soon. If you enjoy the stream at any point tonight, to the 63 people in the room, just hit that follow button here at twitch.tv/levelupshow. Make sure to turn on notifications. Make sure you get alerts when we go live. The prize wheel is active. Anything worth $5 or more will get you spin. That means subs, resubs, pledge on Patreon, cheer, tip. You could host us for 10 viewers or more, and we'll still give you a prize will spin. And of course, you can stagger us, a new feature we have here. Stagger us and open up the points wheel that is only $1 a spin. Give you guys a whole bunch of XP. The value is $33.33 if you want to stagger us and get us into a weakened state. All right, moving on. We got our topic of the week. Let's talk about Extra Life. Amazing. You guys are the best.
Yeah,
as
really
always,
awesome.
You guys helped us hit our goal. We got a few people that went above and beyond. And we're going to shout those people out, of course. But overall, just in general, I had so much fun this year.
So entertaining.
It was
and
a really
like we
fun
did any
year.
other year. But I was saying to him, we were talking about it not only that day, and I said it on the stream, but I said it like the next day or the day or 2 days after. But that was one of the quickest Extra Life streams we've ever done.
Oh,
And I know
went
we
so
ended
fast.
early, but the day just went by quick.
Yeah.
By the time we were finishing up the show, it felt like we were only partway through the day.
Yep.
You know, whereas I mean, technically we were, but like other years, by the time we're getting ready to do the show, I'm dead. You know, I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I would say the first 18 hours went super fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, really fast. And then the last 4, it slowed down just because like donations just kind of stopped. And we understand that happens every year, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It always happens once we get to those early morning hours where it's like, why are we still doing this? We haven't gotten a donation in 4 hours.
Yeah.
So you're kind of struggling just to do it so you can say I did it.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt kind of bad, especially this year, because we brought Kelly and Joe in, and it just felt like...
this is the only year we've ever stopped it early.
Yeah.
But again...
we did
like
23
you said,
hours, so...
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we only stopped 2 hours early.
And 1 hour, technically, if you were talking about the 24-hour marathon, which is what most people do.
Right, but it was just I mean it's a hard thing to do, like you said, to do it for that long, especially when you're not getting anything. So by that time you're already hitting, I mean we hit that point where that's the, if nothing else, that is the dead wall. You know, that is the hardest part of doing it. The last hour is actually probably the easiest.
Yeah, because you get that little boost at the end. Yeah.
Right, but like the couple hours before that are awful.
Yeah, I would say 3 to 5 o'clock is the worst. 3 to 5 is just like you are, like I'm supposed to be sleeping right now, and everything just slows down, and you're woozy, and like you're like, oh my god, I'm just like I'm so out of it right now. I can't entertain. Like I can't be the entertaining version of myself right now in the state of mind that I'm in. And you're trying so hard to get into that state, but it's very difficult early in the morning. But no matter what, you guys came through. Guitar Freak, even though his donation didn't come through yet, I have a feeling we're gonna figure that out eventually. He'll get that back, and we'll get the $450 that Guitar Freak planned on donating. He still is being considered on our charts as if he did donate that amount. And with that, we hit 4280, I believe. 4280 as an individual, and as a team, we're like close to 5800. 5800.
Which is nuts.
And the
Thank
year
you,
isn't over
guys.
too. You guys can still raise a little bit more if you want at Extra Life for our team or for our individual part of that team. It still goes until the very end of 2017. So you guys did great. We hit our $4,000 goal for individual, and we hit our $5,000 goal as a team, and that is amazing. You guys really helped us out there this year, and just kept things entertaining. Chat was great, and had a lot of fun with us, I think, especially for those lip sync challenges that came out early in the morning. Bob Ross Hour was so much fun.
Bob Ross
Arts and Crafts Hour was so much fun.
Can we just put it out there? I have been trying to do Bob Ross for how long now?
Yeah.
Do you now see why I wanted to do Bob Ross?
I've always understood, but it was definitely messy.
It was hectic, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it was so worth it.
Oh, I 100% enjoyed it. It was great. I would do it again. I think I would try to be more organized next time for sure, knowing how it went, and try
give everybody the same tools and stop.
Yes, all the same tools. That I don't care about. Like I went 30 seconds long because I wanted to put a little more snow on. But I'm more so like getting all the colors like out ahead of time. Like it was so haphazard. And that's why we went like almost 2 hours watching two 22-minute episodes of Bob Ross. Yeah. So yeah, it was just as hectic as I thought it would be, but it was still a lot of fun. I had so much fun doing that.
Yeah.
But what we're doing, the same as last year, is the top 4 donators of Extra Life are going to be getting prize boxes that we have created for you guys. Kelly and Joe are even doing it as well. Joe, I don't think is available, but we'll have to get Joe in here eventually, maybe next week, to describe his, because he doesn't have it here. I have Kelly's here, so I can bring hers over here and we can go through that together, but I don't know what's in Joe's.
Kelly
he does
said
have
next year
one
we
though.
all get knives.
Knives would be great. Knives are good. Miss Mel will be proud.
Yes.
I didn't have a knife. I had a spackle blade, if you want to call it that.
Whatever. I'll take a knife. I don't care.
Yeah, I was actually looking for all you guys, but I only saw one spackle blade. I actually only used a little bit on the first painting.
The paint we had wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, it didn't really work that well. I used it a little bit for trying to put the bark on the trees, but it wasn't working that well. You guys didn't really miss out that much. Don't worry. Thank you for the follow. So I'm gonna grab mine over here. I'll go through mine first, and we'll go through who the top 4 are.
Yeah,
we'll go through the top 10.
So viewers, I will tell you guys, I failed you for this evening. I have much more available for my prize box, and I'm trying to remember what it all is off the top of my head. But I left the box at my house. I wasn't expecting to come right here from Pennsylvania, but lo and behold, I had to.
All right, let's name the top 10 donators of Extra Life this year. In the number 10 position. Actually, we have 11 here. I've got 11 on here because we put like Kelly on here. Even though Kelly doesn't want to be considered on the list, we put Kelly on here.
Wormcoat said, "I kind of want Kelly to be on the show all the time now." So do we.
Oh yeah, definitely. We
awesome.
love when Kelly's here. She's not feeling well tonight. That's the only reason she's not on here, at least as a voice.
Yeah, she's too far away.
But number 11, Buddy Doze. Bud in the house with $40. Thank you so much, Buddy, if you were here. Derek the 9 Fox coming in at number 10. $45 donated to Extra Life this year. This is throughout, not just during the marathon. This is overall.
Throughout the entire thing.
Through the entire thing. 11 a.m. Danielle coming in strong. $50 and
yeah,
$15.
Forgot about that.
$65 from Danielle. Thank you so much, Danielle, if you're still watching. Jameis in the chats.
Better not be.
Dirty Habanero, $80. Great job, man. Very strong support. Joey Vantera on the show stepped up with $83.37 donated to Extra Life this year. Dean was awesome that he came in. That was so kind of him to come in and do a big $100 donation.
Lucky man, got Grand Fandango for it.
Yeah, way to go, Dean. That's huge. Thank you so much, Dean. Yeah. Michael Bizgo. I don't remember what his Twitch handle is, but Michael Bizgo with $100 as well. We had a few people with $100. He was at number 5, technically tied. All these guys for 4th place. Jose Munster, another one, tied for 4th place at $100. And then we get into the top 3. Kelly Jellyfish, no surprise, she stepped it up on the show and donating $276 this year. Staggered Life, but she says she will not be accepting a prize box, so she will not be considered in the top 10 for that reason. Guitar Freak, see, this is twofold for him. Not only did he donate $520 to us individually with an Extra Life, he also raised for his part of the team like 550 to 600, somewhere in that range. So he did amazing. Great job, Ricky. Number 2
good job,
for
man.
Guitar Freak 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You did an amazing job this year. And number 1 for the 3rd year in a row.
Of course.
3rd year in a row. Holy shit, this guy, man. Ginkgo Swag Handsome Moneybags, as we call him. $2,000.
That's
all
insane.
at once. Just came in with that
$2,000
donation.
Hey guys. All right, here you go. Bye. That was it.
$1,000. That's
nuts,
insane, man. Insane.
I think they had us at like what 150 or something like that.
As far as an individual?
Oh, our individual was 150. I think our team was like 103 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one is which. But if you actually include the 450 from Guitar Freak, we're in the top 100.
Right, you're right.
We're in the top 100.
So good.
All right, so here is what I'm going to include in my prize box, and we're going to contact Ginkgo first because he gets dibs on whichever one he wants, and then we'll go to Guitar Freak, and then we'll go to Dean. Also said he doesn't want to be considered, so it would be Jose Munster and Michael Bizco. We'll get contacted after that to determine which prize box they want based on what's in it. So first up, I actually don't know what this is from. You have any idea what this is from?
No.
It was a bag I got in a nerd block. But it's
something.
It's like one of your travel bags. But
something.
It's nerd related, so somebody might be able to tell me what this is.
Yeah, somebody in chat can tell us what it is.
Yeah, so I'm gonna include that little bag in there for you guys. I'm also going to include something I've had for a while now that I just
don't care.
Feel like I can get rid of at this point. Guardians of the Galaxy. Actually, you know what? Let's go to Free Cam.
I'll do Free Cam.
Yeah, let's go to Free Cam. So you guys can see a little better.
Someone said Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan, very cool. Free Cam. This is kind of like a Russian nesting doll here for Guardians of the Galaxy. Got all of them in there. So we'll put that in the prize box. We got this pretty cool watch here.
Oh, I remember this.
That I got in Nerd Block. Actually, a pretty nice case for it too. But it actually, if you can really see there, it's almost like speedometers for a car. It's pretty cool the way it lights up. Very neat watch.
Stop focusing on it.
I think I have autofocus off just because it really, really chugs the stream when autofocus is on. If you guys remember this, I said I would give it away, and this is where I'm going to give it away. This is an Uncharted 4 wallet. Pretty damn cool because it actually has the coin inside, which says, I think it says Sigma Parvis Magna or whatever it's called. Greatness from small beginnings or whatever. And it even says down here, engraved, I am a man of fortune and I must seek my fortune. Pretty cool wallet from Uncharted 4. I will include that in there.
Cool.
I've got 2 Blu-rays here. Getting back to some anime stuff, I'll include Ghost in the Shell 2.0 on Blu-ray, and I'll also include Appleseed Ex Machina on Blu-ray. Some really well-made anime movies for you guys, ones that I already have. I will include this virtual reality headset for your mobile device. You can put your phone in the screen. Samsung, iPhone. This I got from one of the Nerd Blocks actually.
Really?
Yeah, very nice that they put this in there. It was I was like, whoa, like I can't believe they put that in there. So this will be included in my prize box.
Cool.
Got a couple bobbleheads for you guys, getting rid of my Star Wars collection a little bit. I've got so many at this point. We got Luke, of course, and Kylo Ren coming to you. Bobbleheads. I will throw in one of my many.
Yeah, you have like 6 of them.
I've got so many of these at this point. One of my Sackboy dolls. So you guys can have that. This is kind of not for you to use necessarily, but for anybody that was around from the early days of the Level Up show,
so
I'm going to include this almost as like a memory. This is what we used to use for calls from Skype. We would
Skype. We actually did it from the Google Voice.
That too. We would Bluetooth hook this up and accept calls this way, and then we would like hold it up like that, and like that is how we used to do Skype calls on the Level Up show very, very early on. So it's kind of more of like a nostalgic thing for people potentially.
Right.
That would have
Drew's prize box is the most extensive out of all of ours.
This is a really cool Game of Thrones coloring book, adult coloring book. Very popular right now. It's got a lot of really cool stuff in there. There's Varys, of course. Make sure I don't get like a bad one here. Find another one.
Oh, is there nudity? I
actually don't know. I don't think so.
That'd be amazing.
They got all the sigils in there. There's, I think, Sansa, looks like. So it's got some pretty cool stuff from the Game of Thrones art book. I will include the little Tracer figurine that I have here. And this little Guitar Hero sweatband for you guys.
Absolutely necessary for every single person in the world.
And what might be the coolest thing.
Oh, you're giving away the book?
I'm going to give this away to you guys. This is kind of the crown jewel of this prize box. This is The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia. This is a beautiful book, guys, done by Dark Horse. It has got amazing artwork from the entire series in it. Really,
awesome.
Really nice book.
I actually want this.
Really nice book. I will give away. I've got so many books like this. They're just taking up a room over there. I will include this in my prize box for you guys. So that is my prize box.
Cool.
Do you have anything here?
I have half of it.
Let me get all this stuff out of here.
So I'm going to show you what I have physically, and then I'm trying to remember what I have. I remember some of it. But I will bring it, next week or something like that, I think. Maybe I'll show it off this week on the stream. All right. So.
Oh, another thing I'm going to do, because Kelly did it, and I really like it, is she did a handwritten letter. I'm going to handwrite a letter to whoever gets my prize box.
I like that.
Just as a little personal touch.
Yeah,
I think that was a really nice thing for Kelly to do. I like that a lot.
My handwriting sucks, so that's
all right. Go back to the free cam here. First up.
All right, first up, I'm going to give you guys the posters that I got with these. One of them is actually better than the other one. This one's Sea of Thieves, which is still a pretty cool poster.
Yep.
The other one was the Legend of Zelda one.
That's a really nice poster.
Which is actually a really nice poster. So if I had somewhere to hang it up, I'd be doing it myself. But I do not, so you guys benefit from that. So I'm going to give you guys those. You guys are going to get these notepads from StarCraft and Diablo. Well, just the same thing over and over again.
Yep, just little notepads.
Notepads.
Just little nerdy notepads for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. For your nerdy little notes to each other. I'm going to give you guys Simon Pegg's book. I think it's his autobiography, if I remember right. Nerd Do Well. So you have that. I love Simon Pegg.
For the readers out there.
I'm going to give you guys an unopened, I think it's a DVD or is it Blu-ray? I think it might just be, I think it's just DVD, but Necessary Evil. This is actually a really cool documentary going into the idea behind not only the Joker, but all the DC villains. Focusing mostly on the Joker itself, but the necessity of them, the mindsets, almost like an insight to the psyche of the villains from these comics. So, it's pretty cool. One of the most random ones. I'm going to give you guys the complete 6th season of Simpsons.
So random.
It is. But I'm actually going to do this. I won't watch it anymore. I have everything digitally downloaded, but hey, why not? Plus, it looks like Homer's head, so it's always kind of cool.
D-Day, these prize boxes are for the top 4 donators from Extra Life this year.
All right. So you have that. I will give you guys the booty pen. So if nothing
booty,
else,
booty,
you have
rocking
a pin
everywhere.
that says booty on it. So you have that. I'm going to give these Disney Infinity Star Wars figures with what's his name? Freaking God, Anakin.
Yep.
And Ahsoka.
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka Tano.
Yes, I heard Greg say that enough,
right,
to know who Ahsoka Tano is.
This little book is actually kind of cool. It's actually like an in-depth thing from Black Ops 1, I think it is, or Black Ops 2. But it's kind of just an in-depth thing going through not only the kill streaks, but also the little maps, little details. It's kind of like little journal from the collector's edition of Black Ops 2.
Very cool.
And then finally, from at least physically what I have, The Halo 4 Collector's Edition stuff. And while it might seem, exciting, some of the stuff that's in here is actually really cool. To where I debated keeping it, I just don't have anywhere to put it. You do have this little dossier right here for mission briefing in there. You had this little, I can't remember if there's anything in this pouch. I don't think there was. This booklet right here is also like a, kind of like the Black Ops 2 things I just pulled out, where it goes through everything, giving you schematics on things like the ship and some of the weapons and everything like that in there as well. And one of the coolest things of this one actually is this, because it's actually physically a blueprint. You can feel it yourself. It's the same consistency, the same paper.
Show me the blueprints.
Show you the blueprints.
Show me the blueprints.
Show
me the blueprints. Show me the blueprints.
But detailing the Mark, which one is this? The Mark 5, I think it is. But the armor, the Master Chief armor.
Very cool.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And going through all the different styles right over here. The book is from Black Ops 1, not Black Ops 2. Well, there you go, from Black Ops 1.
So everyone was saying something about the level up sign. Kristen made that for me.
Yeah.
And she thinks it's terrible, so I'll tell her that you guys thought it was pretty cool.
Wait, I don't know why she thinks it's bad.
I really like that she did that.
Yeah, it was really sweet. Also in there is a Dragon Age Origins dragon statue, some Borderlands pins, a Green Arrow pop. Trying to remember what else I have. It's all in a box at home.
Okay.
Like the other stuff. So I'll have to bring it back and I'll show the other part of it. So.
Johnny said you have to put beard clippings in.
Gross.
I think it's just fine. That's what they want. Give it to them, man. That's the other thing I want to say. If any to the people,
Here, put this in your box.
No, that's not going in my box. That's definitely not going in my box. What I was gonna say was, whoever decides to choose my box, I will talk to that person and I will sign whatever you want me to sign. If you want me to sign something, I have no idea why you would want me to. But if you want me to sign something like the bottom of something, I will sign it. I'll sign whatever you want me to sign. And of course I will sign the handwritten letter that I write to you. Let me go grab Kelly's box. Boogie's sprawled out, man. Sprawled out over here, man. So this is Kelly's box. And as I said, really cool. She has a handwritten letter here. What?
Nothing.
Oh, that's what she said. I don't have my headset on. Could you go to free cam for me?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Look at it.
Put this in your box.
It's not going in my box.
That's not going in my box. All right. So, handwritten letter from Kelly.
That's really cool.
Pretty cool.
Way to one-up me, Kelly.
Also
Thanks.
in here, you got this cool, adorable little Hulk figurine. Love that. A lot of comic book stuff in here.
Cool.
Once again, adorable. I can't find it. Captain America. You've got. This is awesome. You got this Pikachu mug.
What? Why was I not offered this?
Got a Pikachu
Kelly.
mug. Pretty damn cool. This is kind of a little stalkerish, potentially.
That, Fallout?
This is her keychain like thing, but more so than the whatever you want to call it. It's more about the pins that are on it. You can see she's got a lot of cool pins there. Deadpool, Batman, Harley Quinn. I think that's Loki. And Iron Man.
A lot of intercomic mingling going on here.
Nuka-Cola at the bottom there.
Yeah, it's a Fallout 4 Nuka-Cola.
Yeah, Nuka-Cola, so that's pretty cool. Also got another mug in here. She's providing the mugs. This is more of a personal thing from Kelly. Go to hell. You may all go to hell, and I will go to Texas. Because Kelly is originally from Texas. So, giving a little piece of her in this box. And we also got 2 pop figurines. We got Black Claptrap. I think is what it's called, right? Or it's just Claptrap.
Yeah.
I thought this was like the black version of it.
Well, it's an exclusive coloring.
Yeah, exclusive coloring. Yeah. The black version of Claptrap. And also, exclusive coloring version, Blackest Night Superman.
That's pretty awesome.
Also included in the box. So pretty cool. That is, I think, everything. That is Kelly's box, guys. Get it out, guys. Get it out. All right.
Speaking of awesome things Kelly has done, can I just say how awesome that is?
What was that? Oh yeah, that was another thing that everybody did, but Kelly put together.
Right.
Thank you so much for that, guys. We have it hanging up. It means a lot to us. All right.
It's not crooked, I don't think.
No, it's not crooked.
It's a little crooked, but only slightly. Angled slightly down on the left side. Only.
Oh,
like,
she's talking about the actual logo on the thing. Yeah. She hates that it's a little crooked.
I think it looks great.
The logo on our wall behind us is a little crooked, so that always bothers me. Just the tiniest bit crooked.
Drew messed this
But
up.
that was hard to do. We had to tape that on the wall. All right. And as we said, so we are going to contact our winners. Once again, let's go through who those winners were. The top 4 who will be contacted. Number 4 is Michael Bizco and Jose Munster, actually tied. Guitar Freak, number 2 spot, and Ginkgo Swag in that number 1 spot, getting his choice of any box. And we still have to get Joe's details on his box. Maybe I can just get him to write what's in his box so we can, detail it to Ginkgo and whoever else, so you guys know what to choose from. And that is everything for tonight. Thank you so much. Great show again. We got up to 60 people in the room right now. We still have 50. To all you guys watching, if you enjoyed the stream tonight, hit that heart button here at twitch.tv/TheLevelUp Show. We're on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time with a gaming talk show. But we're also on throughout the week with game streams, variety streams. I'm on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 p.m. Pacific Time and 12 a.m. Eastern Time. I know that goes into the next day, but 9 p.m. Pacific Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mike is on at least Tuesdays. Sometimes a random stream will happen on the weekends or whatever, but at the least, Mike is on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So we're on at least 5 days of the week for you guys to check out. So hit that follow button, turn on notifications, make sure you get alerts when we go live. We're actually going to do a new little thing here during this. I'm going to try it out at least. It's called credits. And I saw that Streamlabs offers this now, and something we can just kind of run in the background. Let's see if I have it open. It looks like I got out of it, but I'm going to go to it anyway. So I just want to see if it works. So new credits, and I think you just click roll live. And the thing that just kind of details what happened throughout the stream. Tonight we received 8 new follows, 1 new subscriber, so much in tips, so much in cheers, and then it actually goes through. So our followers were those people. So it's pretty cool. We'll run that every week while we're talking here. Guys, don't forget about all of our new Streamlabs stuff where, you guys are raising points right now. You can redeem those points. You guys saw that we answered 3 questions, 2 of them kind of jokish, but that's the way it goes. Like, we will answer the questions as best we can, even if they're jokey questions. If you guys submit questions throughout the stream, we will answer them during the first part of the On the Spot. You can redeem it through the Streamlabs extension. And anything else now, if you guys want a permanent audio hook, or you want an audio hook for a month, or a personal welcome message for a month, you can do that all through the redemptions feature, and we will be able to look at the log of all those things and check them off, which is it's so much better for us to have a log and be like, all right, did this one, check. Did this one, check. It really helps us to keep track of what you guys need. And that's one of the reasons we moved over to this new Streamlabs service. And more to come. We're gonna keep trying to adapt and improve, add things. The stagger feature, we're open to suggestions on. We didn't get it activated tonight, but we know that's going to be the case most of the time. We know that 3333 is a hefty tip, and it's not going to happen every week. It might not even happen every month, but that's the idea. Staggering us is going to be a rare event, and when it happens, you guys could get a whole bunch of XP out of it if you take advantage of it. But if you guys feel like there's a way we could improve it, let us know. We have our Discord at discord.gg/theLevelUpNetwork. You can leave suggestions. There's a whole channel dedicated to your suggestions for us to improve things. So keep that in mind. I will be starting Persona 5 tomorrow. What are you doing this week on Tuesday?
I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. The possibilities are either going back into Fortnite PUBG, going into what's it called? World War II, Call of Duty World War II, or starting Mario, or doing Nintendo themed streams.
Cool.
With like either Mario Kart or Mario or something along those lines. So
D-Day says, what episode number is this? This is 195. So we're getting real close to that big 200. I think it'll fall sometime in mid-December. I think is where it's gonna go. Maybe early mid-December.
Yeah, something like that.
So it almost always falls like on our
Around
1 year
the same
anniversary
time,
as well, which is kind of nice. Because
Right.
our first episode ever was like the first week in December.
Yeah, I think it was
in
like December 3rd or
2013.
something like that.
In 2013. So it's really cool that our 50 increment
Right,
always
just
seems to
happens to
fall
land
on
right there.
the year as well. We just
Right.
kind of treat it as our yearly anniversary or our 6-month anniversary. Do you guys still do raids? Yes, we do, and we're going to use the new raid command. Let's actually look up a stream right now so that we can do this live. There is a new raid command built into Twitch so that it makes it easier to send you guys to a stream. So let's browse real quick. Let's look for Mario Odyssey maybe, or Call of Duty
there.
World War II.
Nah, do Odyssey.
You want to do Odyssey?
Yeah, do something random.
All right, let's
never
see.
do
Let's go to
Nintendo
like a
games.
30 to 40 viewer stream. I feel like that's always like a good spot. Somebody
Mhm.
that would feel like they benefited from us coming in there.
Either bottom left or bottom right or middle.
Oh, a
left or
birthday
middle.
stream.
Oh, there we go. That'd be
So
cool.
does the person have a camera?
Yeah, I think they did. I think I saw it.
They do. Birthday stream?
Do
what do
it.
you think?
Do
You
a
wanna
birthday
it?
stream.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Everybody go in, say raid, and happy birthday.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I think her name is Katie, based on her.
Based on her name.
It's Katixia, but I'm guessing her name is Katie. But it's her birthday, guys. That's what attracted us to the stream. So we're going to do a /raid. Let's see if this works. This channel is intended for mature audiences.
Perfect!
You guys are mature. All right, guys, there you go. Who wants to get in on the raid? We got 4 raiders. That's pretty cool. This is the first time
Oh, I
doing
like
it.
this. I like
6
this a lot.
raiders.
Come on,
7
keep it going.
raiders. Come on,
more,
guys.
More. Everybody click. We have 50 people in here. We
We
need
got
to
50
see
people. Let's get
at
everybody in
least
the raid.
25 of you click this.
And thank you so much to our producers. They are Kelly Jellyfish, Muta Crystallis, Bazir23X, Alex Bustos 98, and KP 2.0. You guys make this show possible. We will see you tomorrow or throughout the week with gaming talk shows and game streams. Until next time, guys, take care. And as always, don't forget to
level up.
Nice.